Flintstones that got poisoned, but they probably got their money on the table and told them not to kill the rest of them. Over now.
I got you.
Where's Winnis?
She'll be here in a minute. Yeah, she late right now.
Hi, how are you?
She is always late, fashionably.
Oh, of course not.
What's up, good people?
I love my rabbit.
As y'all can see, I'm in the building. Thank you. All right, thank you.
I don't do anything online.
Got you.
I'll send it to you.
Got you. Thank you, though.
Yep.
Thank you. As you yeah. Cause I had to get a haircut because I got some things we got some things we got going on. Good morning, family. Sister Sister Renee Jackson, Carolyn Hendricks, Christopher Sims. Facts. I ain't going. Good afternoon. Asaya Quill, aka Mama Quill, Mr. Thomas, and anonymously. Good afternoon. I mean, little mama, what it do? We in the building. Y'all know we up here. And can y'all get Kimberly Mitchell? Good morning. Sally Belly, Trevor B. What it do? Y'all know we in the building. Some people like us, some don't. We in this thing. We in this thing today. How y'all doing? Y'all see my glasses ain't crooked no more. I got all that together. Meat Freaks Barbecue in the building. What it do? Y'all know we live. We here to see what they finna do. That's all we doing is reporting the news, baby. Yeah, we up here this afternoon, family. Tap in, tap in, tap in. Share the wealth, share the news. I told y'all I was gonna be here early. I gotta put some lotion on. My skin is so dry.
Oh, this is cute. I don't know.
But we here.
It's a bookmark. It looks like you're smashing.
But when everybody come in, Eartha Logan, good morning to good afternoon while I'm tripping. Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah, my mom doesn't like them either, but she's gonna.
For the people that like us, good afternoon.
You know what? Let me take this stuff.
Five Dog, what's up? Just Oil in the building, what it do? Yeah, it don't cost nothing to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Cause we here. Well, I'm in this building. Y'all know I'm always gonna be on time. I'm gonna flip it around. So y'all can see everybody. Let's get it. There we go.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the building today.
I'll let you
Hit that like button.
There you go. Yeah, no. But I will post them on Facebook. And get a better because, like I said, I gave them all away. I did a headband and a scrunchie. Also.
Terry Nixon, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody is tapping in. Good evening. All right. We in the building.
Yeah. Yeah, but they can yeah. That turn. Yeah. But the gummy bear one, I can yeah, I'm sure I'll be back. I'll show you more. Okay, so I made yeah, exactly, right? And then he was like, hey, can you make 2 hats for each other? So I made 2 hats for each other. And then somehow I made glasses for them too. And they were both different colors. It's like, so many accessories get but yeah, it was really cool. So yeah, you think I should go into business? Whale tonight now. That one. You can make dog feeding that have like it's crazy. Endless things you can make. Persons. Thank you.
He just keeps looking for it. I would just show him he had a new day yesterday.
Tomorrow, so so at the meeting on Thursday. If there's a meeting Thursday.
What time you come on, man? I do too. She don't be up there. Hey, how you doing? She don't be up there. Yeah. She don't be up there. Yeah, but she ain't gonna be up there. I can tell you that. Facts. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, goodness, I didn't forget the unit.
Hey, that's it might be. I ain't for sure. I had to go check.
Because you know they don't want to do it.
What, when am I? Or not, I can do What's the matter? Well, this looks like me. This was where's usually. I'm the one that calls or writes in. SOW.
Gotcha.
I'm like, I'm glad it's running. You're like, oh, she said she's glad it's running. I'm like, okay.
I can't believe you just set up here. Huh? Yeah, I'm good. Just chilling. Yeah. No, I'm good. I have to, cause I gotta be. I'm oldest. I'm oldest for the Temptations. That's the oldest. I'm dealing with a rough bunch. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have a problem we have right now. That's why right now we having no problems right now. They said what? I just seen somebody said Mickey something. And they took it back. What happened? Any predictions? Not really. You know, everything gonna get passed. But they watching this, I don't know. They might not pass nothing. Lawrence Burton, what up, though? What up, though? Y'all know I was gonna be. I see Unapologetic and just tapped in. Teeth in the D in the building. Deborah O'Neal, what up, though? I see my 313 family that tapped in. Michelle 69, Tony Terry. What it do? What it do? Kwana Mack in the building. How everybody doing? And nothing won't happen. But we in this thing. Kwana, everything's gonna get
These
passed.
slips that are out are for the special council meeting that's gonna take place first. If you want to speak at this meeting, you fill out those slips. If you want to speak at the meetings after that, once public speaking is done, staff will switch the slips to the committee slips, and you'll need to fill out slips for those meetings after that. So the slips that are out now are just for this special council meeting.
How you doing? How y'all? My back hurt. Man, my back is hurting like all over. Oh no. No. I don't want to fall out.
I hear Miss Big. She went scat packing
What's
up.
up with your mama?
I didn't get to hear y'all today.
Why not? Hey, you know I was dying to get on this building. My mom said the pants too big, but I think it's supposed to be big. Sis! She's so happy. Hey, what are you doing? I'm here. I'm here. Fabulous as always. Here's that
Man, they
report.
go there and
The lead and water.
insurance this morning. For medical.
And I
I
know
didn't listen to,
Nah, I sure
I gotta make
would.
these phone calls.
I would have done the same thing too.
I knew you was there when
I
I
would
seen
have done the
this.
same thing
But I
too.
thought that was
Unbelievable.
you know Miss Madison.
It's all going to.
I don't want that to just disappear from me. I mean, I don't plan on going anywhere.
No, I'm
real
giving
soon.
back to you.
I told them that they're not.
Yeah, because you know somebody is gonna maybe pass it. Damn these people.
fixed. And I want that money fixed. Because these people need to be held accountable. These people, they are no good. They're no good.
Okay, you wanna cook? Okay, I'll just start on my mind.
I ain't ate all day.
Me neither. I ate early.
You know I was gonna say something.
Oh, yeah, you did.
No, he said that's it for. But you know, just like I told you, listen, until we get a president and a vice president, this, what yous are doing is wrong.
That's why they keep calling the special meeting. They preside over the special meetings. They will go and get the president, and then they will have the president and the vice
Well, they should do that.
She said,
How are you doing? They were wishing they got rid of me, but nope, I'm back. I'm lucky penny. Exactly. Everybody's like, Sadie, why are you going? I said, because anything is going to affect the rest of us. Are you freaking nuts?
Mr. Howard?
I wish Miss Claire would come back. I worry about her because she's sick. And we now don't see her.
Joyce is not in.
Yeah, she's really sick. His name is Alicia.
Ms. Burns? Present. Ms. Michelle is present. Mr. Piper? Mr. Jerry?
She should be here, ain't she? But yeah.
You have 6 members present?
we have 6 members present. Mr. Vice President, please still pledge allegiance.
We gotta stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Is there any member who would like to acknowledge anyone who has died at this time? Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead, please.
I would like to take a moment to have a moment of silence for former Administrative Secretary, City Council, Janelle Johnson. She passed away last month. And I just want to acknowledge her service to the City Council. She worked alongside me for many years, from 2010 to 2023, before she transferred to a different department. But unbeknownst to you all probably is that she continued to do work for the council, even though she was no longer working directly with the council. So I want to acknowledge her passing and make sure that we keep her husband and family in our thoughts and prayers. And that's Janelle Johnson and her married name, Janelle Johnson Ernst. So, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? We have a moment of silence. Thank you. Mr. Jarrett, will you lead us in the prayer blessing?
Lord, my simple prayer is that the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable in your sight. We acknowledge you as our Lord, our pray. God, we amen.
Amen. In Jesus' name. This reading of disorderly persons, city code subsection, any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of city code section 3110, disorderly conduct, assault and battering, and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given one warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. It's now time for public comment. Each member of the public shall have no more than 3 minutes per speaking, with only one speaking opportunity per speaker for this meeting. We have a clock. We watch it. First speaker is Arvell Mitchell.
Well, first of all, Happy New Year, people from New York City, and all over the world, year 25. But before I speak, I want to sign for my hometown president, Jimmy Carter, 100-year-old last president on earth, Jimmy Carter. Thank you very much. Well, I was born in the Banks, Georgia, he born in the Plains. Okay, like I was saying now, two of the people in Flint, Michigan, when I arrived when I was 4 years old, we have a crisis here, and the people who 25 years old and 26, get a pen and start writing, because when you write, you can write anything you want to in this city, because you, the people who've been forced, and you haven't said a word yet, you 25-year-old people. And anyway, and another thing, like the Hassel Center over there, and my buddy got kicked in the butt for not picking up a bubble gum and hog tag, maze, and we bought that place for $1, and we're gonna show you how we Flintstone Road in Flint. We own that place now, just because it's bought it with $1 bill and think somebody gonna, like the councilman of Ward 1. You see the work? You see, we're gonna make it just like Rustin Fieldhouse. All that land out there, like Nelson. They was gonna throw it away, but he stepped up and said, give it to me. And you see the work. In the words of the councilman, he got me over there talking about, you see the work, and now you're gonna see the work when we get through it. We're getting all that land over there hassle, because they're trying to take it out of the hands of, oh my God, the president walking in. Machak, I'm back. Hello. Ward 7 LC, making people nervous. And like this, like in the Machak neighborhood, my junior high school was still standing. 1 year. We done put a $3 million roof on it, and she let it go bad with the black mold in there. And now she's trying to figure out a way to tear it down. It's going to take $3 million to tear it down, and she don't want to give up $3 million. She'd rather let it rock and and I want her to speak on that before this meeting is up, because people like Shaq always, she got panicked and pushed the red button, but our president, when we got down, Trump, I don't think he'll push the button, he'll rather make you push it. Mess with the Chinese and Japanese people, mess with the canal, talking about, he already jumped on people that were spreading bad news, fake news, that sued the NBC, and he got $15 million. What do you think he's gonna do? And then he act like he's scared to deal with these Flint, some of these doctors, can't deal with them in Flint. But you don't see, yeah, but it cost me up, how many minutes I got? Just so I can see. Oh my God. Stay tuned, America. Oh.
You about to go get them?
The next speaker, my clerk, is Sandra Joker.
You got a box to bring?
Good evening, my name is Sandra Jordan, and I just wanted to, first of all, say Happy New Year to everybody. But we all need to unite and figure out what's going on. and try to have a special election or something for the third ward. This is ridiculous, knowing this long without someone there, and listen to the people, unless you're afraid of listening to the people, and that would be the only reason why you went down the mountain. Some people are power hungry. There's so much corruption in Flint, I just can't understand it. I'm reading more about it. But people ask me, why are you down there fighting in Flint, Sandy? Because you know what? It's coming to my neighborhood next. And if you don't take care of it and unite somewhere, then it's going to be spread all over the place. So that's why I keep coming back and fighting for the rights of these people. And when the people realize that they needed to unite, and we fight against the system is corrupt from top to bottom. There's so many people that think they're getting away with so many things, but as you remember, certain people that all lies will come to, all darkness will come to light. And I can't wait for it to happen. I've already seen it happen day in, day out. So get ready to pay the consequences of what's happening.
Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is James Horn.
James Moore from the second ward, and I hope this year you guys can hear me. I didn't want to come over here on a sour note because it's a new year, but I do have to respect the fact that I'm past and that we don't make the same mistake twice again. You know, once upon a time, there was a council that sat up here, and they had voted on switching the water over from the Detroit water to the Flint water. And a lot of consequences came from it when people died. And so while you guys in battle and whatever it takes to be up there sitting in those 9 seats, I just want you to support you in knowing that your vote matters. And from time to time, there will be mistakes made, I do understand. But we know here in Flint, we don't want to just rush to judgment. And the outcome of it is that people get hurt, and not only do they get hurt, but they die from their decisions. And I never could figure out, but they never did go after any of the council people, like they went after the governor of the state of Michigan in regards to the water prices. Because I know that when there were 2, Eric Mays and Shelton Neely, while they were on council, and they voted no on changing the water over. And a whole lot of others voted yes, and when it came down time to accountability, their yes became very silent. I hope that never happens again.
Wow!
Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Lisa Asper.
Good evening. I would like to speak in support of moving the ARPA dollars over to erase medical debt. Medical bills account for 40% of bankruptcies in the United States. Over 14 million people as of February 24, 6% of adults in the United States owed over $1,000 in medical debt. 3 million, or 1% of the population, owe over 10,000. It amounts to $220 billion in debt in the United States results from medical debt. Medical debt is not something that results from frivolity or poor planning. Medical debt can come from bad luck, denied claims, non-formulary prescriptions, huge cost discrepancies between facilities, chronic conditions. Another big one is COBRA payments. If somebody gets laid off, so many people in this country, their insurance is tied to their employment. So COBRA premiums can really hurt a lot of residents. And so many of the counties around us have already put some of these dollars to good use by erasing the medical debt of their residents. It does nothing but help us. It allows those people to have access to better housing, better jobs. It helps with their credit, and it makes them better citizens who are allowed to contribute to the economy in a better way. So I hope that you will all follow the example of some of the surrounding counties and move some of that money over to help our fellow residents. Thank you.
That's all bullshit.
Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
That's all bullshit.
The next speaker is Amanda Fuller.
It was.
Good evening, Council. My name is Linda Foley. I live in that ward, and I'm here to support the resolution authorizing payment to unused medical debt.
I can't hear.
You can't hear. How's this? Speak closer. Can everybody hear me now?
Yep.
This is ARPA money. And I would like to remind you that all through the ARPA regulations, we're all trained by this with Ernst & Young, the money is supposed to be spent for the benefit of underserved communities. Determined to be underserved, for one thing, yes, they live in a qualified census tract, and the city of Flint is pretty much all qualified census tracts. We have a lot of people who struggle. And this program is specifically targeted for those people. So I can't think of a better use of the ARPA funds. Certainly, this is one of the most vetted ARPA resolutions. You have a lot of information. I know that there were questions at the last meeting. I think they have been answered in the materials you have provided. Pastor Monica is already here, and she will be glad to answer any questions if you'd like to call her to the podium. You have in your materials already a list of medical providers here in Flint who are supporting this.
Right there.
These are institutions which have been selling their medical debt for years to people who buy it and then try and collect it and make their money off of the collections. In this case, in transaction, the debt just goes away. They're going to buy as much as they can, and if there isn't enough money from the city of Flint, from the state of Michigan, the charitable contributions are going to eliminate the rest. One other thing I would ask you to consider before you vote no, charitable contributions are going to eliminate the rest.
No, don't give her three.
One other thing I would ask you to consider before you vote no, charitable contributions are going to eliminate the rest. One other thing I would ask.
Give me.
There's no code filed on the PA system.
Madam Chair, may I have some time back?
I don't even know how many times, much
Okay,
time
so
she had.
where is she at?
Okay. How much time do I have? Thank you. One of the things I would like you to consider before you vote no is what better use do you have of the money? For $50,000, you can put roofs on 5 houses.
This shit gets on my nerves.
You can't use the money to general infrastructure that's supposed to be used for ARPA funds. There's been quite a bit allocated to water infrastructure. I suppose the water departments might have their own list of procedures like that. But this council, with much less question, allocated $1 million to repair septic. This is 5% of that.
It smells good.
And the income will not be 72 families, it will be thousands of families. So on value for the dollar, I don't think you've seen anything that accomplishes this. Thank you very much.
What hospital?
Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The
Our next speaker is Pastor Timothy Hicks.
I don't care about the wages, last I care about the war she's trying to shut down her throat.
Good evening and Happy New Year to the whole entire council. Stand before you on behalf of Christian Love Faith Center. And there's a lot of different organizations that are doing great work out here in the city, but a lot of it goes unnoticed because most of the acknowledgement goes to some of the larger organizations that are out here. And I just wanted to let you all know, make you aware that we've been doing a lot of things in the community for a number of years. And I even we took the time to run off about 40 or so flyers of the different flyers that we have used throughout the year, whether it be Thanksgiving dinners, where we've opened up to the community and have fed the community at our own dollar. But we try to reach out to the council and try to reach out to the mayor and other organizations in the city of Flint, and have not been supported to the way we thought we could or would be supported. And so there's a lot of things that we are striving to do, but we're doing it our own pockets. And we just ask for your consideration that there's ARPA money or there's other money that come available that we would be considered, because we have tried to turn in a lot of different forms to get approval or to get funding and have been to no effect. And so we just try to reach out because the best way we know how to do it is because we've done coat drives, we've done food drives, we do free diapers, we do helping out needy families, and we feed them throughout the year. But we do it at our own expense. And to the point where now we have depleted a lot of our resources. And so we're coming to the city council to ask you for your consideration and for any help that you can give us, that it would that we can continue the work that we've been doing for those who are desperately in need. So the worst thing you can do is drive by people who are out here in the cold and you can't offer them anything.
Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Monica Villarreal.
Good evening, my name is Monica Villarreal. Today I represent Michigan United and also a pastor in the Flint community. And I want to thank you all again for the opportunity to share how the city of Flint can partner with Mountain Medical to eliminate a huge financial burden impacting our community. I do hope that you all received the complimentary folder that accompanied the presentation that was given by Mountain Medical at the University of Michigan and Michigan United in October. And we also sent it recently in electronic form. In addition, I resent the fact sheet that we developed, which was based on many of the questions that we heard from council as well as community. And I hope you also received the state budget allocation to MTHHS, which addresses many of your questions about the state funds that are available and the city of Flint's eligibility. Oakland County, Wayne County, Ingham County, Kalamazoo County have all voted to establish a medical debt elimination program and leverage these state funds that are available. We are the last, and to my knowledge, final municipality to consider this opportunity. Oakland County eliminated $9 million in debt for 14,000 residents in Wayne County. For 14,000 residents. In Wayne County, they eliminated $27 million in debt for 46,000 residents, and they did this in time for Christmas this year by partnering with Mountain Medical. The program proposed uses $50,000 in reallocated ARPA funds to leverage state money that's already available for the purpose of eliminating approximately $32 million in medical debt for between 10,000 and 12,000 eligible residents in Flint, with the criteria of 400% the poverty level or a medical debt that is 5% or more of one's total income. On average, for every dollar invested, Mountain Medical is able to eliminate $100 in debt. The ultimate goal of this program is to eliminate the medical debt. And should there be a gap in funds needed to eliminate the amount of debt is available for purchase, or if there is a non-Flint resident that's captured in the large financial portfolios, Undue Medical will use their own philanthropic dollars to eliminate that debt. There are indeed numerous mechanisms in place to ensure these dollars hit the mark and benefit Flint residents. Undue has worked with many municipalities who all have the same concern, and they've been able to do this successfully since 2014. In addition, any contract with the city requires compliance, and it is an invoice system. Undue will submit invoices for work completed for reimbursement. Thank you for reconsidering this proposal.
Madam Clerk, to be clear, no laptop speaker.
No. Next speaker is Beverly Biggs Levy.
All right, Ms. Levy is not in the building, so we will go ahead and proceed. So, was that the last speaker?
The next speaker is Arthur Woodson.
Let me start off by saying, our water is really messed up. And you don't hear anything else about the effects of the water that it had on people, especially our kids. We're going to 10 years, we're going to 11 years, and no one has really done anything. They haven't received any money on the settlement, but the health part is part of it. We want to focus on this kid about it. Our kids, they knew that lead was a behavior issue. Instead of building a building where they could put kids with the behavioral issues in this inpatient type style building or a school, like a boarding school for behavioral kids in school, they chose to spend $20 million on a juvenile facility and put all programs in. That alone gives a kid some type of stigma, saying that they were put into the juvenile home. And no one is really concerned about it. Registry got over $50 million plus. Dr. Mona supposedly really looking out for it. And she didn't do anything. All they do is lick scams and send out like a $25 gift card. Also, checking and seeing what does orthophosphates do to the person or the human body. Looking up ATSDR, Agency Toxic Substance Disease Registry. We put 4 milligrams per liter of orthophosphate in our water to report. No one said what effect would it have on the human body. That's right. Orthophosphate in water.
They light a whole bunch.
You hear about a lot of people with kidney disease or kidney failure, cardiovascular failure. That's what excessive orthophosphate does to the body. The state is 3.1, Flint is 8.4 for kidney disease. Wouldn't that raise red flags for people to really sit back and I'll call people up here and ask what is this doing to the human body? Call the water department, tell the water department, hey, look, let's look into this. Let's look and see what all this excessive orthophosphate is doing to the people of the city of Flint. Is it causing kidney disease or cardiovascular disease? Thank you.
Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is Gladys Williamson.
Yeah, Ms. Gladys.
Gibson, and I'm back. And the first thing I want to talk about is what Art's speaking about, phosphates. Listen, if anybody knows anything about phosphates, they will light a body up green, just green. There's phosphates are so bad for the body. Now I want to talk about the bathroom out there. The woman's bathroom out there is disgusting. There's no door on one of the bathrooms. There's no lock on the other bathroom. And with all this money you're giving away to people, you could fix the bathroom if you had any respect for the people that come and sit in these hard chairs that the mayor bought for us to sit in. And another thing, I've seen a lot of people getting up here talking about this money they want from the arbor, but I didn't hear any facts about hospitals that are working with them. Where's the hospitals? What's the name of the hospitals that are working with these people? And now I want to speak about how did the police, the city of Flint police, get New Year's Eve off with a skeleton crew on New Year's Eve. So they got New Year's Eve off, and they got New Year's Day off. Listen, the post office don't even get New Year's Eve off. Oh, but we got so much money that we can give the city of Flint police New Year's Eve off and New Year's Day. Then I come in and go to the police station on the next day. They don't have no tickets to take a number. They got one office there open. You got 18 people standing there. One person's got their radio slamming, and they're all fighting amongst who's next. And nobody at the sergeant's desk, nobody's taking care of these people that are out there wanting to fist fight over who's next. Yeah, that's how the people of Flint are getting taken care of. That's the business of Flint. And I think that it's pretty pathetic. You sit up and you give all this ARPA money away, and you can't take care of the ladies' bathroom out here. Yeah, that's pretty pathetic. And I just want to say that you people sit up here, and there's no president, and there's no vice president, and you want to take care of the business, and all of this is wrong. Just wrong. You need to take care of the people's business by doing right, by filling that seat right there in the 3rd Ward, and voting in a president and a vice president.
That's right.
Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The final speaker for this meeting is Richard Jones.
I think it needs to go on. Get my standard, my blood pressure going.
How y'all doing today? It was a year ago today that Eric May stepped to this lecture, and he asked that y'all do not move the remaining property funds to the general fund. Y'all didn't listen, and that was the last time Eric May spoke in these council chambers. Also, in 2021, I came to y'all with spending $11 million this year, $11 million next year, before y'all spent a dime of HARPA funds. And at that time, it was called the Pandemic Relief Fund. Right now, if these people would have received their settlement money, some of them could have fixed their roofs, some of them could have bottled water, the necessary of that. There's a lot of stuff that should have been done. And the main problem I have with the law settlement is that some of these people have been receiving letters saying that they do not qualify for anything. Everybody that lives in the city of Flint will do something. Even if one thing you can say is you have to use bottled water for the last 11 years. And it's just sad. Now, also, with this Rayvon situation. We have a petition out. On Monday, I will be making an announcement when people can come and get a petition. We need 200 people to pick up one petition and get 12 signatures. And we plan on turning those signatures into Dana Nelson's office and making sure that she treat this family right. Because right now, she's not getting treated right. And in the past, when Shawnee Davis came here about her son being killed in a police chase, the lack of intensity and consistency that she did not receive from y'all is pathetic. And if y'all would have stood with her then about those police cams, those body cams, this family would not have to go through what they're going through. Also, I have got with a group of people. We have transportation. We have the ability to do water drives. But we ain't doing it for free. They want to do it for free. I told them they're not doing it for free. Thank you.
Public comments are closed. Now it's time for council response. Anyone would like to respond to the council?
Madam Chair.
Ms. Garner?
Thank you. Pastor Stokes, I did submit yours for your $75,000 for food allocation. I spoke to you, and I've not heard back. I did send it to them. And along with their issue with the sidewalk, I spoke with the director who's back here too. I don't know why you don't have sidewalks on that side of Flushing Road. You know, one side is township, the other is the city. Food access, we do have money that's in there. I don't have the amount. We did have 2 resolutions for St. Mark that I explained to you, and also for Bethel. St. Mark's did not pass. It was turned down. It was voted. I did not receive enough votes. Yours is still out here, but I hear something that I don't see Emily Dorr here, so I'm waiting to hear back. In regards to, in regards to, I do want to state, I'm glad to see Mr. Kenneth Miller here. I haven't seen him, because I sent him some emails, and I'm going to separate your stuff when you get up here, Mr. Miller, because I'm going to ask about that ACO. I just saw you walk in. So I want people to talk about Mr. Wilson, the quality of the water. It is an issue. I sent emails. We want to know what's the black ring around the toilet, the strong chemical smell, and also some like a foul odor smell. When we send emails to the administration, that's really at where it stops that we can do. And to keep pressuring them, and we have been. Getting this administration to do that is difficult. I've also asked with the clerk and sent to have them to come before the city council explaining where we are with the water, also where we are with the water settlement, because we don't have the people asking for their money. We don't know. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Mr. Arthur.
I just want to say thank you to all the residents who came on the stove today. It's in a happy new year to everyone. And also, I want to thank the residents who first ward that called me, expressing some of the concerns, and also thank you for some of the work that has been being done as we continue to work together to try to make some things happen in the wards. So I definitely appreciate everyone who's coming here today, and also those who have been reaching out via phone or text and so forth. So thank you.
All right, anyone else?
Nothing about the water.
Go ahead, Ms. Priestley.
Thank you, everyone who came up and spoke. It does take some courage to come up here and in regards to the undue medical debt, I've read all the materials, and based on people that I know who have had some, and my experience when I worked for Chapter 13 trustee, I saw how much medical debt affects residents, and some of them causes them to file bankruptcy. And I think that we talked about the leverage when we started with the ARPA funds. And I can't imagine any program leveraging more funds and doing more than this program. So in regards to the ARPA funding, I've not seen anything as a resolution. So I don't know where that is or what's going on with it. So if you want to talk to me later, I'll be glad to talk to you about it.
Anyone else? Okay. Mr. Jack?
Thank you. First of all, Happy New Year. I do want to thank all of the 7th Ward residents, and I'm still going through all of the cards that I received over the holiday season, for all of the thank yous, for the roofs being replaced, the houses being painted, for the sidewalk repairs, and all the other different infrastructural things that took place last year in the 7th Ward. So thank you so much for your cards. It is my pleasure to serve as your council person. We will continue to move forward with our infrastructure changes in the 7th Ward and continue to press forward with other requests, and we will stay vigilant on blight. I do want to remind all residents of the city that your garbage bins should not be out if it is not the evening before your garbage day or your actual garbage day, because they are considered blight anywhere after those 2 points. So I just want to remind all residents to make sure that you are collecting your trash bins off of the curb. I also want to remind all Flint residents that it is illegal to park on the sidewalk and the grass, even if it is short grass. And that is also considered blight. I look forward to continue to serve in my elected capacity. I look forward to continue to help educate residents on what is considered blight so that we can have a safer and cleaner city. Thank you, Madam Chair.
All right. So seeing that there's no one else that wants to speak, I'll go ahead and be the last to speak. Definitely are some great things happening in the 2nd Ward. We are happy that our partnership with Landon, courtesy of the ARPA dollars that we set aside, have been used to take down the Myrtle Elementary units on Myrtle Avenue. They've been an eyesore for quite some time. So I'd like to thank the Land Bank for allowing council members to go into the neighborhood and select structures that need to come down. And so those are coming down, and we're looking forward to starting something new in that place. Furthermore, we're also happy that we are still fighting to prevent fire deaths with our fire safety initiative. So the councilwoman in the 7th Ward, which is, just for clarity, the vice president of this body, as well as the president of this body, myself, we are happy to stay in front of the fire safety initiative. And what we're doing there, we are making sure that we install carbon dioxide detectors and smoke detectors in every single home in this city for free. So if you are interested in getting free smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors, please reach out. And if you are interested in participating on our big installation effort for the year, then you are welcome to join us at the American Red Cross on January the 20th. We're going out and we're going to make sure that we keep our residents in the city of Flint safe. So thank you, Vice President, for your continued partnership in that role. And also, I'm looking forward to passing the undue medical debt resolution. You can't have any better leverage than $50,000 turning into $32 million in help. I'm gonna say it again. If I can transfer form $50,000 into $32 million, I'm a bad person. And I think that speaks volumes to what this council can do, especially for the residents in the city of Flint, because that's what we're elected to do, something that is amazing. So we're going to go on to the consent agenda. Excuse me. Go be on now. RL, that is you're being brought to order. And you will be warned. So next we are on to the consent agenda. What's the pleasure, everybody? Go ahead, Ms. Priestley. Yeah, the motion to approve the consent agenda. Any support? Support by Councilwoman in the 7th Ward. All right, any separation? Go ahead, please.
Yes, I'd like to separate 240516, 240580, and 240501.
All right. Any more separation? Go
25003, 240482. That's page 12. And 250005, special election.
Okay, so, after 25003, what was the other one?
5003, it was 240482 CCD truck. And then 250005, the third ward election.
Okay. Anyone else?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I'd like to separate 240592.
All right. We'll say that that's the last one. We will go ahead, Mr. Pfeiffer.
Yeah, start at page 3, 240457. Page 10, 240451. Page 12, 240405. And page 13, 240512.
All right.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I would ask that the councilwoman in the fourth ward repeat her separations. I did not get all of them.
Go ahead, Teresa.
Okay, on page 4, 240516, 240580, 240550.
All right. Did they have any questions? All right, so, now we're going to pass the consent agenda. And the consent agenda will consist of resolution 240446, 240, President of the United. Thank you, Chris. That'll be all the minutes. Then we'll continue with 240502, 240579, 240499, 240581, 240447, 240497, 240551, 240481, 250004. And that we know. All right, so roll call, Madam Clerk, on the approval of the consent agenda.
Madam Chair, I have a request for the motion.
Go ahead.
Can the motion be amended to state that to approve the minutes with any corrections, either administrative or otherwise?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Roll call will be Mr. Allen. Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Councilmember Curtis?
Yes.
Ms. Burns? Yes. Ms. Mashat? Yes. Mr. Piper? Mr. Jerry?
Yes.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no. The consent agenda is approved. So now we'll move on to our first separation, which is 240457. Ms. Priestley?
I make a motion to approve 240457.
There's a motion for approval of resolution 240457 in support.
Support.
Supported by the councilman for support. Any discussion? Go ahead, Mr. Piper.
So, is there anyone here that can speak to, I have a question on how this is going to work with the rule that was just passed with, medical debt not being on credit report?
Thank you very much, Councilman Piper. I'm glad you asked that question because it's
Because it
hot off the
was
press.
just passed today or whatever on the rule, so I want to get clarity on
What does that mean?
if it's, you know, if it's not a burden to be on people's credit report, does this really matter? Because that's what really people fight so that they can move on and like not have to worry about this and affect their credit and hold them back that way. So, do you?
Yes, that's an excellent question. I do remember too that we knew that the rule was coming, so in October, I remember you asked the question in the presentation as well. And Ms. Eva Stubbs, the Vice President of Policy and Community Relations, her response was that it will have no impact in how undue medical does their work, because credit scores are only one impact of the many that this medical debt is. So even in the binary rule, where it doesn't go on credit scores anymore, the people still owe the money. And the difference is undue medical is purchasing the debt to eliminate it. So there won't be any owing of anything afterwards. It's a good step by the federal government, but it doesn't have any bearing on how undue would operate and undue scores to eliminate it.
Well, I have to imagine that municipalities may step back a little bit in this program if they know that moves out.
Well, the difference is the local economy. By eliminating it, we actually really boost the local economy, which municipalities want. Because if the debt's wiped out, then people would otherwise maybe have to scrimp, save in other places, have more freedom to spend the money that they have. As opposed to, because credit scores are one thing, bankruptcy impacts that too, but it's not the only negative or harmful impact of medical debt, including the fact that people don't go to a doctor if they are already feeling like they owe them. Like my dad is on that. He's like, honey, I can't go see that doctor because as soon as I walk in, they're gonna ask for money and I don't have the money. But he needed to see a doctor. So it's really, do you see how that's different than the credit scores?
I'm just trying to figure out how, because I'm to be honest with you, I haven't read the rule of what exactly.
It's lengthy too.
I'm just wondering, with that rule, will there be some kind of municipalities start thinking otherwise going forward for this type of program? Knowing that, I think the biggest burden is probably the credit reporting and stopping them from, getting a mortgage or a new car or whatever, what have you. I'll listen to my other colleagues.
No, I appreciate your question, because it is, it's hot off the press and everyone's trying to look at that as well.
I'm just trying to see how that fits in.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Pastor Monica, thank you. Thank you to everyone that is here this evening to speak in support of this. I would imagine, just to kind of answer my colleague's question, without having, I'm sorry, can you start the time? definitely from the beginning. Right. No. No problem. Thank you. I would imagine, having not read it, but the reason that this is still important, because if it cannot go on your credit report now, I know the fear of it going on people's credit report was one of the ways that they could get the money. And so now I would imagine that they're gonna step up their garnishment game. And so to not have that to garnish at all, is basically what we're trying to accomplish here. Because being garnished is gonna impact you way faster than the amount of time it takes to hit your credit. It's gonna hit your pockets immediately if this is not cleared out. I would also imagine that credit companies, medical companies are probably going to figure out more creative ways to get the money that they feel they're owed for services that are rendered. And so if we can completely clear out the debt, then we don't have to have families trying to figure out, because while this is a beautiful thing that won't go on your credit, I think it gives more of a pause and it causes some more anxiety for people, because now there probably will be more creative ways that people will attempt to hospitals and facilities will attempt to get the money for the services rendered. So I do want to say I'm still in full support of this. I do believe that with the law that was passed today, we're looking at an uptick in garnishments. And so if we just clear it out completely, we are solving a lot of problems, and we don't know that a lot of people who are not getting surprises as to the new creative ways that they will come after them for the debts. I've been in support of this from the beginning. As someone, again, and I think Councilwoman in the 4th Ward stated during public speaking, no one asks for the medical emergencies, no one asks to get sick, no one necessarily likes going to the doctor anyway. And having just this extra step in place where there isn't going to be more debt on top of debt that they already have, this will help people take better care of their health. This will encourage people to go to the doctor as opposed to waiting, because most people, out of fear of going to the doctor and having to pay or being billed, they will wait until the very last minute. So now they have that emergency room situation where the emergency room becomes their doctor, and they're billed even more than they would have been billed if they would have just gone billed, if they had gone to their primary care physician. So again, I think this is a wonderful program. I think this is going to ensure that families are able to keep the money that they are earning. I think that this is going to open up a whole new world for residents, and so I am in full support of clearing out medical debt. Pastor Monica, excuse me, did you want to say anything? I feel like I was okay. All right, and I'll yield, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I yield.
All right.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Yes, through Mr. Piper, first response to him regarding the medical debt. And the fact of the matter is that I personally know people who cannot go to their doctors for care because they owe them money. Their insurance deductibles were so high and their income is so low that they cannot pay for their care.
It really takes everybody.
One person has been taking pain treatments and has gone in doctor shops so that she can still get her pain treatments because she can't afford to pay previous doctors, or she's making payments, but they're not enough for them to offer her care again. This is a fact of many people in the city. Without this, now, there's no guarantee that this person I know, her debt will be relieved. But she owes dozens, she has multiple doctors that have this issue. And her health is not good. So that's just one person I know, but there's others too. So it doesn't matter if it goes on their credit report. That's the least of their concern. Their concern is care. It's paying their debt. People don't want to owe. They want to pay their doctors.
They will not ask a damn question.
And there is the fear of them being taken to collection. Even if it doesn't appear on your report, they can still turn you over to collection, and then you have to pay it, and they can garnish you wages. They can take you to court still and take your wages, and if they take you to court, which has happened to this person, they go in and they take all your money out of your bank account. And then what are you going to do with yourselves? As I said earlier, I can't think of a better use of $50,000. $50,000. We spent more than that on
What you stole.
well, the chalets.
What they stole.
$50,000 a year. But
and where the
fact
chalets at?
is that this
Right.
we spent $8.6 million on water bills. $300 per active water bill. $8.6 million with less discussion than what this is taking for $50,000. That affects many more people and have a greater impact on these people's lives. Think about that. $8.6 million for everybody's, who has an active water bill credit, to get a $300 credit. I didn't need it, my bill was paid. And we hear from so many residents coming up and saying, we haven't gotten any dollars. You get $300 on your water bill. If you have an active water bill. This is only $50,000 and we have spent a lot of time on it. So, Madam Chair, I yield.
Go on and take the vote.
Anyone else in first round?
Madam Chair. Thank you, Pastor Monica, for being with the team, doing the presentation on this and providing this information. Being someone that didn't have insurance at one time, I think out of pocket, it can be very costly and expensive. So I think it's a great program. And
Who knows?
pretty much got a lot of debate and talk about pretty much everything we can. My only question is, have you guys identified an agency that will, if this is passed, distribute the funds and medicine and so forth?
Finally, Leon.
Thank you very much. Undue medical begins with hospitals because they're the largest debt holder with the most financial portfolios. However, any medical provider is eligible to participate in the program. We have had personally sat in conversation with hospital board members as well as to have also a presentation and a Q&A with those providers. The Greater Flint Health Coalition, which primarily works with hospitals and medical providers, they had a presentation given to their board of directors. If you look at their website and the board of directors, it's a lot of hospital CEOs, CFOs, medical providers, and their board voted to approve it. They voted to endorse so that Mr. Jim Ananick could be out, endorsing this program. And then I've also been able to confirm through others involved on this team who have also made contact with the hospital CEOs. There is no opposition to the program. The reality is this is not a moneymaker for a hospital, right? This is debt that is going to be written off. They would otherwise send it to a debt collector because that is the traditional way. And right now it's the only way, right, that they have to really remove uncollectible debt. And this program offers an alternative that has tremendous social, economic benefits to our local community. You'll see on the letter of support, there were several physicians that were on there as well as medical providers. Dr. Bobby McConnell has been involved in this, and we keep his family in thought and prayer as he's getting treatment at Mayo Clinic. The Harris family practice is Dr. Harris downtown. Even GHS, Tennessee Health Systems, mental health is part of healthcare, but also they have an FHQ, right? They have the clinic, the clinic that serves folks. Clarence Pierce signed off from Hamilton Health Clinic, that's also an FHQ, which provides medical care in our community. Those are the ones I thought of on the top of my head on the letter, but you all did receive the letter in the email. So yes, there are physicians behind this, medical providers behind this. The sooner we're able to move forward with this, the faster we're able to continue building those actual relationships and contracts, right? Locking in and getting down to the work of letting undo medical do what they do, which is all this financial portfolio to move forward. And I think there's a really good role for community in this project, because all of us in this room probably know a physician or two. And I'd like to see the opportunity that we as community come together and work with our own physicians, our own friends, our own families, to, show medical providers the opportunity they have to engage in this program as well.
Thank you. That's all.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Brown.
Thank you. Dr. Monica, I have a question, and I did read this pamphlet. In reading this, and maybe I missed it, did we ever get a percentage of individuals in the city of Flint who have medical care that's unpaid?
There is, at this time, no data that will tell us a percentage.
Right.
The best data we have is the estimate of the number of people who fit the criteria. So if we look at City of Flint, the criteria is 400% of the poverty level.
Yes.
Right? And so we can get some numbers from that. And then when we're focusing on the hospitals is where the 32 million really comes in. And those are estimates because until the contract's signed with them and, they really look at the books, there's no way to have the exact numbers.
Yeah, that's true. I know.
So I think it's about 1/3, right? It's 10,000 to 12,000, about 1/3. No, of our whole population, it would be probably 80,000. Someone else who's still there that has that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this will be beneficial to a lot of families. I had to sit back and think about myself as an individual. I had a medical bill that I got, did not know that my insurance didn't take care of the whole bill. And I mean, it was a significant amount of money, like $500. And it was getting ready to go into collection, so I had to go and pay it because I didn't want it to go to collections. So I can understand, and I do sympathize and empathize with residents who do have medical debt. And yeah, you don't want it to be on your credit report. But you want it to get paid, because the reality of it is, if you do not pay it, you cannot go and see that physician because you still owe them money. So, okay, I'm gonna listen to the rest of my colleagues on this. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else in the first round?
Madam Chair. Thank you. Good evening. So I had the opportunity to speak with you Saturday. You made similar presentation with I sort of want to have some of that same conversation for both my colleagues and the public to hear. And again, having said, we had a conversation Saturday. It could be that I'm conflating the two times this was presented, but at one point, you shared that medical is willing
to provide some of their philanthropic dollars as an additional boost for buying healthcare. So here at the Flint City Council meeting, you understand our priority is the city of Flint residents. You also stated that under medical gets sort of, now these are my words, not necessarily yours, but they get the biggest bang for the buck when they buy the portfolio from the medical, the healthcare provider. That's now in that portfolio, there could be City of Flint residents, non-City of Flint residents. In the portfolio could be. Okay. The presentation says that the cost is a fraction of the face value of the debt because medical debt is rarely fully collected. And then it says $1 donated can erase $100 of medical debt. I hear us talk about $32 million. Where did that number come from? Who first provided that number?
That is the estimate provided by Undue Medical.
Okay, so that.
Of debt that they believe is available for purchase.
Okay.
Primarily focusing on our hospitals.
Is undue medical debt, I understand, like I said, when we talk about a 1-to-100 ratio, 300 million is the equivalent of $320,000 of funds that they need to buy down 32 million, excuse me, I might say 3, but 32 million. Is there a commitment that the 32 million will be specifically City of Flint, or are they saying in the region?
It would be, the 32 million is what they believe is available through our hospitals. And yes, they acknowledge that we're probably gonna have a few here and there of non-Flint residents, because they do have software that narrows down the scope, right, within the portfolio.
They'll be able to account for it maybe after the fact.
Once they get in there to actually analyze the portfolio. And because they know this, and because portfolios are in bulk, they can't take out like every claim. So they are putting up their own money to ensure.
So I guess my question is, the commitment that they're willing to put up, is it such that the City of Flint residents receive $32 million worth of benefit?
Nope. It could be more.
Okay, but are they willing to commit? Are they committing that the 32 million that we keep talking about in these chambers will be a City of Flint commitment? I'm just trying to understand.
Right, so the 32 million is an estimate. Best data available. If the number's higher, they will cover that too.
I'm asking, in these chambers, we said $32 million worth of debt.
She's skipping all
My question again, under medical, if we're giving $50,000, we're not exactly certain how much the state of Michigan is gonna give, but that would leave that there's $270,000 worth of additional support to get to 32 million. Are they willing to bridge the gap such that the city of Flint receives $32 million worth of benefit?
I think I better understand your question.
Okay.
Let's look at the MDHHS allocation, right, which is the state level eligibility for Flint and the other 4 counties. There's only 5 municipalities written into the legislation. And on that legislation, the dollars, which is $4.5 million allocated by state budget, is doled out to those 5 communities if Flint goes, says yes to this by population. So that's why, so there's no exact there, but it is done by population. So.
All right, but, anyone else?
Madam Chair.
She said already.
One second.
She's ready. That's gonna pass.
You gotta be fast. I'm not gonna be standing up here too long, I know that you're I doesn't look like when you walked up, it looked like you felt it. So I can tell you, this is nothing, for some people, not popular in our community, but when you have a major health issue, you really understand. And I get it. And so one of the things that your credit rating, and thank you for coming on my podcast and answering these tough questions. Very tough. And I appreciate you coming on here and doing that. So I do want to read what I did since, and that was in September or October. And there is an article that is out, and if people want to Google it. December the 18th, there's an article out. And I've done a lot of research on medical debt and what it has done for people. But Wayne County writes out $27 million in medical debt for 46,000 residents. That's December 18th of 2024.
It's going to pass.
So this is in Detroit. Wayne County is raising $27 million in medical debt for more than 46,000 county residents. The debt came from the area hospital, which Wayne County's Department of Health and Human Services Veteran Services wishes to remain anonymous. The county is working with the national nonprofit fund medical debt. So your credit rating, I think was you're in, I guess, 90 something, that's great standing. It was, like the highest. And so these were these criteria. You're asking, I know you cannot get exact numbers for exactly how many, the hospital debt, but I do know that there has been hospital debt, and this one was just as recent as December. And when we look at what is happening in Grace Emmanuel Church, Flint being 59% minority, people are concerned will it affect our black community, because most African Americans do go to early hospital. Early hospital will take you if you have no insurance.
That's right.
And so there were questions about that. Even despite some of the things like even up here, I know that people look at medical debt and it doesn't go away. Not having it on your credit report does not mean that they don't garnish you. It does not. And if you're going to go get a car, you may need that money that you put down in your bank account that they took out. Your credit report, your credit score may be at 800, but your bank account might be a 0. So we have to look at a lot of different factors. I am supporting it, and I think it'll do far more good. I'm not, we're asking for exact numbers. I'm not. I know it's helping California. I know it's helping people here, and not just here. In the church on Bristol Road. Yes, they have it. And so there's a lot of people in our, not just in our county. Grace Emmanuel is in Flint, and then they help people. And that's actually a church. So we see great things over here. And so I am supporting this. I know that each decision is individual for my colleagues.
What's the qualification?
They arrive at, and each award is different. But for me and myself and my board, I will be supporting this. Thank you.
All right. So, thank you. So I'm saying I'll be the last one to speak. And I would like to use my time to speak on behalf of Mission United, Mission Faith in Action, Bridges to the Future, Flint Rising, Every Nation Assembly of God Church, Mothers of the Georgia Institute for Parenting and Family Growth, INC, Catholic Charities, Shiawassee, and Dempsey Counties, Dr. Bobby, Chiropractic Practice, the Harris Family Health Clinic, Hamilton Community Health Network, Flint Innovative Solutions, Center for Civil Justice, Genesee Health Plan, Genesee Health System, RL Jones Health Community Health Center, Word of Life Christian Church, Digital Faith Church, Calvary United Methodist Church, as well as the Employment Network Solutions. Dear members of the Flint City Council, we, the undersigned organizations, write to express our strong support for the proposal to reallocate $50,000 in American Rescue Plan Act ARPA funds to eliminate $32 million in medical debt for an estimated 10,000 to 12,000 Flint residents. This crucial initiative, which has bounced back and forth between the Finance Committee and full council over several months, needs to be finalized and approved. There are already medical providers in support of this program in principle. The state of Michigan has already committed funds to this program if the city of Flint moves forward. We urge you to vote yes on this proposal and bring much needed financial relief to our community. Medical debt is a significant burden to Flint families, often leading to bankruptcy, credit damage, and delays in seeking essential medical care. It is a barrier to economic stability, health, and overall well-being, particularly for low-income households and communities of color. By bypassing this proposal, you will help alleviate these burdens, freeing families from the crushing weight of medical debt, and allow them to move forward with greater financial security. This resolution reallocates ARPA funds to eliminate debt in a way that is equitable and efficient. With no application process required for Flint residents, the partnership with Undo Medical Debt will allow for a streamlined approach that maximizes impact. The estimated $32 million in debt relief will reach more than 10,000 residents, directly benefiting our community and providing a much-needed lifeline for families struggling to make ends meet. This proposal represents an opportunity for Flint to lead on a critical issue, using available resources to address a widespread problem that has only worsened during the pandemic. Your vote will make a meaningful difference in the lives of thousands of residents and will demonstrate the City Council's commitment to supporting Flint families in their recovery from the financial hardship of medical debt. We respectfully urge you to vote yes and to help pass this life-changing proposal. Sincerely signed by the undersigned as mentioned before. So hearing this come from approximately almost 20 organizations that are pleading with us to pass this. Why? So it can benefit the residents that we serve. I'll be remiss not to answer their plea because that is what we are assigned to do. The ARPA funds were established to help deal with COVID relief. A lot of people haven't. They have received medical bills due to COVID. A lot of people have been set back treatment due to COVID. And COVID is still alive and well in our community. So what I will do, I want to encourage my colleagues to please take a look at the same letter that we all have in our mailbox. Every single council member has received this letter. Hear the pleas of the people. Hear the pleas of the organization that serve the people. So we can transform $50,000 into $32 million lifeline for our residents. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go to the second round. Go ahead, Ms. Christie.
I just want to let my colleagues know that their original request was for $200,000, and they revised it to $50,000. Thank you. I have one of those.
Anyone else? Go ahead, Mr. Garrett.
I want to make sure my position is understood here. It's not as if I don't believe there is merit in this program. What I want to make sure that I understand is when we say in these chambers that there's going to be $32 million worth of benefit, are we saying that's specifically for the city of Flint residents?
No.
And if so, is that something that Undo Medical can deliver on? Quite frankly, it would be, in my opinion, if we get $10 or $100 on the dollar and get $5 million worth of debt clear, that's a win. My point is, I don't like the presentation of something here when we're not, there's not a commitment to that. There is, we can likely do that. I'm gonna vote yes on this because I think $5 million is gonna be helpful. If we get to the $32 million, wonderful. If we get past it, as was another possibility, even better. I just have difficulty sometimes when the best case scenario is the one presented, but there is not a commitment that can be made for that. My other question, and the other thing that I really want, not just the residents, but the service providers to understand, is individual medical practices may not be contacted directly from Unruh Medical. So we're gonna have to work through a process by which those medical offices can reach out to Unruh Medical to see if they would be able to be served by some of their debt being paid off. So there's a little bit more to it than Unruh Medical has the money and medical offices across the city are gonna be contacted. It's not, I don't believe it's necessarily gonna be that, but I do believe there will be some good that comes from this $50,000 outlay, as well as the state of Michigan funds that we're being told will be added to this pool of money. So, I do.
All right, anyone else in the second round? Go ahead, Mr. Pfeiffer.
Dr. Monica, can I get you one more time, please?
They ain't thinking about no
I
fixing.
want to just kind of piggyback on what he said. What, because if I recall correctly, it wasn't McLaren and Irving wasn't part of the program, right? Which one, and it wasn't Genesis, right?
All three of them at different points of time have been brought up to speed on this opportunity and have had
So do
conversations.
we have a list of who were in the program now, or who are willing to be in the program? How's that work?
So it works by, I think there was a slide on that, on the appendix, how it works, it's on the slide sheet, and the way that Unruh works through that process. So they work with municipalities to secure the funding, and then turn to work with hospitals, but it doesn't mean conversation doesn't happen ahead of time. Because the last thing we wanted to do, anyone wants to bring a program that you all put together, and then the providers are like, no, we don't want to do that.
So
There's been no indication that they object to this.
So, if this passes, it seems like the votes are there. Unruh will reach out to medical
Hospitals, yeah,
Just
primary.
hospitals.
Their primary work is hospitals. I'm saying as a community, I'd like to see it bigger, and Michigan United is part of that.
You know, it's brought up a few moments ago about you can't afford to go to the doctor.
No data, no process,
The healthcare system is extremely complicated because there are also physicians who work for the hospitals. And there's private practice physicians.
Private practice, you know, that if you all run to your doctors or
Family medicine,
whatever, that's not going to work. That probably will not be eligible.
It will likely not go away in the scenario we're talking about because it's not hospital debt. We're really focused on hospital debt. And to Councilman Jared's point, everything else is material.
So, just in the last few seconds, a few years ago, I had a big medical issue, without going into too much detail. And my out-of-pocket was over $20,000. And I can see how that could absolutely ruin a family or anything else for not being able to pay. At this time, I would
Anyone else? All right, so if there's no one else, we're gonna go ahead and talk about that and pass around the board. So we're looking to pass this resolution?
Yes.
Roll call on the clerk.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Murphy Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Michelle?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer? Mr. Garrett?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
There you go.
Four is yes, 0 no.
Now we're on to resolution 40516.
That's what I do for him.
Is the lighthouse roof project going ahead?
It's all gonna pass. Everything you said this morning.
240580, 240501, because they were, involved in the,
I can tell him.
Right.
So can I? Yes, you can.
Third ward,
You ain't,
any discussion?
you ain't nobody is. How do you find out? You go into emergency room and say that I have no income or I have no insurance. And then they have you fill out paperwork for a cash or something for cash. Talk to these people. If you don't qualify, then you'll get state insurance. No, this is just, in laundry. It's very, it's dirty laundry, come clean. Or say clean laundry, go dirty, put your laundry, put. Wash, rinse, repeat. Another wash, rinse, repeat.
Okay, so could you please repeat that for the record?
Get on the.
so, let me.
And they don't want to. No. They could get 50 and get back.
No, we're going to repeat the motion.
Oh, my motion is to postpone indefinitely
I'm about ready to get up.
the insurance, so it's
All three?
all three of them. Two of them were in, council, and one was, I guess, up there one. Up there one.
They still passing stuff, they still passing.
All right, Ms. Shute, what was your motion?
Tell you, but that's
All three.
All three.
Okay, thank you. Council, any support? Support by Councilman Floyd. To postpone adopting resolution 240516, 240580, and 240501. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Murphy Carter? Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Michelle? Yes. Mr. Piper? Mr. Garrett? Mr. Allen? Mr. Lewis?
Yes.
Four is yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. Those resolutions are all called indefinitely.
It's bad.
So now we move on to resolution 240584.
These people feel anything.
Professional construction engineering services for the city of Palm Station. Reservoir rehab, what's the pleasure of the body?
They're happy they
Motion to approve. Any support? Supported by the councilwoman in the sixth ward. Any discussion? Go ahead, Ms. Brown.
they got that money. What's the point of staying?
Oh, go ahead. Mr. Miller, please approach the lectern.
Madam Chair, can you tell me what this is? Is this a part of the ACO money project?
Yes, so the Cedar Street project is a ACO, initiative.
Can you tell me what percentage, is this complete or will this complete that project? Was it 17? Last spreadsheet that you gave us was 17 projects.
So this, I categorized them into major and minor, right?
Right.
So this is one of the majors that, maybe 2 or 3 of them.
Well, if it's got 19, we must sit down.
Yeah.
Well, who can speak to it?
How many, Cedar Street and Tory Road, correct, are the last two, major issues. So Cedar Street is one, Tory Road, Booster Station, that are yet to be completed.
Okay, and, I sent the email, those projects, you sent back, you had the contact, you sent it to Mr. Taylor. And I would like for us to get it on our schedule so we can have all of those to do a special order. You two, Madam Chair, to Mr. Taylor. Mr. Taylor, Madam Chair, could you?
Mr. Taylor, will you please approach the lectern? Mr. Ed Taylor?
So that we can have, we need to be updated on that, and I think that goes along with, those projects. I think there's 3 of them that are on here tonight. I believe it's 3. Yeah, 3 projects.
So we have several items on council
Tonight, I think I saw 3 left.
but Cedar Street was the only one from the
Put some bullshit, cause it's gonna pass. I don't even know why they calling you up there.
When I sent the email, good evening, Mr. Taylor. I sent the email and he said,
Mr. Mitchell, stop yelling out.
yeah,
That'll be your first one.
he's briefing. It's easy, Mr. Taylor, can we get them to update us on the service line replacement in the ACO? He sent the email to you, I didn't hear anything else back, that's all I'm asking.
I get around to it, I just haven't seen it, that's all.
Okay, and that's nice, because that's what I'm asking, so we could just get that, so we can just do it in the public, because people want to know, I want to know where we're at, I think that's also that new pipeline that's on there.
And actually, I'm thinking about it now. Probably we should get that information from the road, because we don't have anything to do with it anymore. It was taken over by the state.
Right.
And the road has all exclusivity to it. Because the people that we had to do it, that were doing it for us, they wanted to continue to do it, but the road told them, no, it's us, and we're gonna deal with it. So
So how do we get it, Mr. Taylor? As I sent that to the city clerk, if we could, we need to figure out how to get it, so that if we could get it and then have, like the service, I know they're working, because I see them.
If I were you, I would probably do all your correspondence through the road, because we don't have anything to do with it.
Does the state contact you about it? Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Okay, and so this project is one that we're at, this is what percentage complete?
Oh, no, we're nowhere near.
Oh.
Nowhere near. But we will be finished before before Eagles deadline.
Okay. Okay, and my time is gonna run, and I guess I'll send the email back, Mr. Taylor, if you want me to send the email to you, so we're all on the same page, or when the clerk gets the information back. I think we all, and all of the council, I think that's a question we all get. Thank you.
I believe I did email you back and we'll go, I'm not talking about check.
Okay.
Forward it back.
All right, that's time. Anyone else? All right, seeing that there's no one else, and no one else in second round, we go ahead and call for the vote.
Yeah.
Okay. Second round?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Brown.
To you two, Mr. Dungy, can you tell us what this project is? And I'm kind of
Are you talking the Cedar Street?
What, yeah, 5 acres.
Okay, so that is a 20 million gallon reservoir that was built in 1948, added on in 72. We've used it pretty much the whole time. I rebuilt the pumps 3 times, but it's at its end of its life. So part of this project is to fully restore the reservoir and the pumps.
So Cedar Street hadn't been started at all?
The project has been started, yes. It's under demolition right now. They've demoed all the pumps and stuff like that.
Okay.
They're currently working with it. It's an 18-month project.
Rod with a toothpick hanging in his
And
mouth.
results.
Say that part again, I didn't hear
It's
you.
an 18-month project that they've been working on it for approximately 3 months.
Approximately 3 months is approximately 18 months to complete.
Yes.
And so that will come, so if Mr. Miller's gonna get, he said he sent the update, now I'm looking to see if I got it. Let's get all of the projects. I know we didn't get to speak on this project. I think September 23rd was the last day that you hear reports going over the project and Jeanette Best. And Mr. Miller, you didn't get a chance to speak about it. So I'll look and see if he's gonna send the update. I'm all set now, thank you.
William,
Mr. Miller? Mr. Miller?
Mr. Miller, please come to the lectern.
I apologize, my colleague missed the first part of her talk, but wind hours expire 12/31/24. Did you get an extension?
No, we did not get an extension.
So how can we spend this money through 5?
For what project?
For the street is being funded by wind hours.
Well, I don't know.
Is that a?
Let me ask you.
Street was no longer being funded by $1 million. It was, when it first, came about, when the $1 million were awarded, it was to cover Jordan and Seaward projects. Due to the fact that the funds have been exhausted as of the first week of December of 2024, we now have to utilize funds within the water fund operation.
So this resolution says it's being funded by wind.
No, the resolution state originally it was funded through wind, and the funds have been exhausted now, and now we need to acquire funds from fund balance.
No, that's it. Okay, thank you.
All right, is that, you have any comment? All right, anyone else on the second round? All right, seeing none, we'll call for the vote. For resolution 240534. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Shedd?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer? Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Mahoney? Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no, that resolution passes. Now we're on to resolution 240586. 35.
And
The way these resolutions passing, Mickey need to give us the lottery numbers for tomorrow.
Yeah. Is this one of those that's on there too?
I don't know which project is like this.
I'm going to do this, and I'm sharing that as 586, which is a, water main.
So that is not an ACO project.
Okay. And so, hey, Paul, how you doing? I'm good. I'm good. So, Paul, tell me about this project.
So this is actually 2 projects in one. We have the Flint River crossing, which we kind of talked about last time, that has the water main break in the river. And the other one is for James B. Cole.
Did that one get fixed?
No, there's one thing that we saw last time was the engineering for it. That's all. Everything's in place and ready to go, it's just a matter of getting this approved. So the Flint River crossing is one path. The other one is right down the street, which is the James Cole route. That's, the water main runs from Massachusetts down St. John's. It's about 1,700 feet of 8-inch water main. That's about 100, Old Services Act. It was installed in 1925, and then it's also on the ground as a capital hall for future developments. So it was our goal to get that off of the premises, to eliminate any potential future leaks, not to have the easements for repairs, review, contaminated spoilers, and not take off on site.
How long will it take to complete this project?
Few months total. The river crossing was about 3 weeks, and then the Jason Fort rebound was a little more, about a month and a half. So construction was actually slated for November 4th and March 4th.
Okay. Thank you.
Go ahead, Mr. Michael.
That's right.
So, you're going to retire, you're going to a brand new contractor.
We got to do the track, not really. Yes, staff here, everything's in place.
They got it, it's passed, so, yeah, if they got their money, everything else gonna pass too. Y'all can just go ahead and put that in the store for the night on child 12. It's all gonna pass.
Feel confident in brand new contractor.
It's gonna pass, you know it's gonna pass. Everything gonna pass. They all love each other. This issue is going quite well.
Process of the bid process.
I know my looking at this a little bit with lots.
And they also provide references for jobs that they have already completed. One in Ferndale, one in West Point, and another one, can't think of another process. And all those will be contacted to the bid. They're basically sure.
So Spalding did that, they are going to manage it, correct?
That is correct.
They feel comfortable with that, or have they
So I have no, you got no indication that Spalding has worked with the program. That's why we require, we ask them, even after the bid process, send us some referrals, because we didn't have to work with them either.
But Spalding, like, have they had conversations with tech references with their companies?
Well, the quality you got provided the list for us, they had all created contacts. Well, to all the municipalities that have used them before. They're actually currently working with one, so we're doing work before.
Obviously, Spalding is active as, economic project manager.
Yes.
They're going to set that one, so we don't have a contract. We feel safe all the way around.
Yes.
That was my only concern, making sure that, we have a lot of, obviously, water concern, and I don't want to make a bigger problem with something that's not necessarily all that, so, we can have extra staff there,
No, we always have that. Every project that we do, we always provide an inspector. So to make sure that they're following our specs accordingly.
I would say we can have during the major power periods, we take a look at that. I won't object to using the market, we need a lot of new contractors. And they were the local.
No, they were number two, actually, the first one was just slightly lower, but they left out a portion of the money. So it was actually was even with the money that they were back, they were barely been top bidder.
All right, well, sir, I wish you luck in retirement, and,
Chair.
Go ahead, Mr.
Just real quick, you guys know how many jobs it's going to create and how many Flint residents will have opportunity to benefit from the construction work that is taking place?
And you're speaking on the Flint River Crossing project?
Yes.
So we have no requirements that Flint residents be employed in this contract. So I have absolutely no clue that I can make a requirement to see if any Flint residents be employed. Yes, sir.
That's all I have.
Anyone else in the first round? Anyone else in the second round?
Madam Chair, we have calls, and we have sat down and got comfortable. Yeah, it'll be fairly quick. Paul, I do want to tell you, how many years have you been with the city?
Almost 34.
So right after we graduated,
21.
shortly after, I'm still 21. So my math is off. So I didn't really want to put it out there, but Dennis just put you out there. And I was quiet and saying it, but Dennis just decided to put it out there. I do want to wish you the very best in your retirement and what you have done for the city, because you have done a great job. And the type of skill set that you have is not easily learned. I've always seen you in bed in football. But, it becomes time as we are getting older that I want to do other things. So I want to thank you for your service to this city that I know as an Indian, as a Flint Central Indian. That's right. I appreciate you. Thank you.
I definitely appreciate it.
All right. Anyone else in the second round? If there's no one else, we call for the vote for 240-586. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Bass?
Yes.
Mr. Piper? Mr. Jarrett?
Yeah.
Mr. Marlon? Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Ricky Carter? The vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
Now on to resolution 240451. Clerk advise. Motion to approve. Any support? Supported by the councilman in the first reading. Okay, thank you. So someone from the administration can speak on the contract for the roofing and sheet metal company, the city hall walkway repair. Anyone in the administration can speak to that? Mr. Edwards, are you here?
Coming, I'm coming.
I do. Mountain Lake, right?
Thank
So do I understand, forgive me if I timeline off of stuff that the last time I had this on my board,
They said they're gonna ask you what the lottery numbers is tomorrow.
to council where it kind of just stuck there since October 6th.
What hospitals they got, they don't know what hospitals, they don't know where they gonna get the rest of the money from, but it passed, you know, the city.
The only thing that we passed was in December on a special council meeting since October 6th. Everything else is remained in
the council. Yeah, my understanding, I believe you passed it at the finance committee meeting on 10/6. There wasn't an issue with it, it was just not, you didn't get to it. Okay, maybe I'm wrong then. 10 something. We'll go with just October. Well, I think it was supposed to go to, I think it was on 10/9's agenda, and you didn't get to it, is what it was. 10/6 was in the committee meeting. Anyway.
Give us a brief 30-second overview of what area of the building and what exactly you're doing.
Sure. So it's kind of hard to explain, but if you walk in the lobby of City Hall, I don't know if you remember where the bodega was downstairs, there's those doors that were kind of adjacent from it there. It's considered a walkway, but it's really kind of a roof, the way that it has to be repaired. So that roof actually follows the side of City Hall and connects to the police department. So that part is leaking, causing mold, causing leaks down into the basement first floor area. So that's what we would be comparing there. There's like a whole roofing membrane, rubberized top there. That's going to be fixed and replaced. I will guess, I believe, I wouldn't be able to go into detail exactly how they're doing that. That would be in Lee's department. And I believe they have done some repairs to that area where the leaking is happening, but to be completely honest, that walkway just needs an overhaul. Yes, that was different. It's the one that has nice plants growing on top of it that shouldn't, kind of in those double doors off the lobby. No, it's not intentional.
And this contractor, we have not used it before.
I would have to double check, we've done so many roofing projects. I believe Lee was familiar with them. I don't know if they've actually done a full roofing project, but I believe they did some type of patch project. But we did receive 4 total bids on that, and they were the lowest qualified, so.
Well,
Yes, no problem, just let me know when.
Monday. Thank you.
Anyone else in the first round?
Madam Chair. Thank you. So this is where, down in the basement,
It may be causing issues into the basement, but technically it's first floor.
so first floor, like the walkway where you're going from, the doors are at.
No, if you're walking in the lobby of City Hall,
Yeah.
you walk in those double doors, just keep going straight back. It's those other double doors.
Oh, straight back.
But it's too unsafe to open those doors and back out.
They're locked.
Yeah, so that follows that back side of City Hall all the way to the police department where it goes around. Next.
Because I know that, I was thinking, because I'm gonna get that fixed. There was other bad leaking with oil top, and they were putting trash cans to catch water.
Yeah, and then there's an area leading to the doors of the police department where these crews constantly like pulling water out of that area because it's cooling up in the drains. There's some drains that'll be replaced as part of the project too. '60s, I believe. '60s, I believe.
It was in the 60s. Okay, so it's. Okay, so thanks. You're welcome.
Anyone else? This was your board body.
Shedd? Yes. Mr. Pfeiffer? Mr. Jarrett? Mr. Allen? Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley? Yes. Ms. Winfrey Carter, is not in. Ms. Burns?
Yes.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no. That resolution passes. So now we're on to resolution 250-003. Priorities supported by the council.
Madam Chair. Okay, so we're gonna have 30,000.
No.
Okay, so this is the balance of what's left in your bill. Is this the balance?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
All right, you want to know the first one?
Yes.
Go ahead, Mike.
Through you, Chief, can you go back around
Evidence Madonnas, they are a nonprofit, and they specialize in youth wellness, youth sports, and they also have a website. And then down to the north, they are a local national organization that helps youth in all boards, and they do a lot of youth on the
you said something about, the other one had Candace Polk. The other one says Candace Polk. You said it different.
I'm so sorry. Yes,
If
so,
it gets
and
bad,
also,
it's.
so, yes, so, and also, that's what they, focus on skills, academics, and some things. All right, anyone else?
Because that was, yeah, that
Madam Chair, I just want to say that we have one priority, and I think we will come to a consensus that if it's your board, your person will get to work and how it's allocated. I'm sure most of us have support. I just hope that with these board priorities that are coming, that are left, we still have the 9-4, actually mine passed committee, but that's up to pass to go in, and then we have, I think that, yeah, get this back up here. That we, consider the others. And sometimes we have to backtrack and pedal on some things. One of the things that this community thought that we were considered with MOUs, that deadline was not obviously a hard deadline like we thought for December 31st, because we're now into January. And so the MOUs allow us to, which was put in place to push things out. So I was told with consideration, I think that you would get consideration, instead of consideration that they are giving you. Thank you.
Anyone else in second round? All right, seeing there's no more, we can go ahead and call for the vote to pass resolution 250-003. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Pfeiffer? Mr. Jarrett? Mr. Allen? Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
No.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Shedd?
Yes.
The vote is 7 yes, 1 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 1 no. That resolution passes. Now we're on to resolution 240592. Go ahead, Ms. Priestley. All right, motion to approve. Any support? Supported by the council in the first ward. Any discussion?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Ms. Michelle.
Yeah, so I separated this because when it was initially discussed, I had an important phone call that I had to take, and so I wasn't able to hear. I think I heard a little bit about Bethel right before I left out, but, who are you to the councilwoman in the 6th Ward? Can you tell me just a little bit about the Mont Park?
Sure, my park is going green, so it is a tool shed that was actually going to for my board, but because we know people get tickets for not cutting the grass, you can release, or not release, you just sign out to use the lawnmowers, the blowers, everything is a tool shed, so the outfit tool shed, so that residents can see it, Flint, and sign them out, get back, because we have the space that is there. So that's with that. And we're going green. And we're using a local vendor, Ace Hardware, which has been in this community for decades. Yeah, no, here's that. Been right where the trees were out the middle of the street. And the Bethel did apply for, we did ask for street access. They serve approximately 600 people. We shouldn't get that problem. What's going on? I hadn't done that. So I took the balance of the work money on the health centers, and also, we talked about Pastor Hicks Church. They ran out of money September. And so we're working on getting food access. And we don't have, I don't see any of the door, she's not here. And she's not here. And
Is Pastor Hicks Church included?
Is this no, church is not included on this. This is the performance. I know he needs 75,000. We don't, that's what we're working to get. And so as we have came, some of the answers, some of them are not even getting a response. I didn't get a response back from Bethel, actually. I got them back and said, no, so you want back to Bethel, and I did not get them back to Bethel.
When you say you can get a response, who did you get a response from?
I was told it was up with administration. Yeah, and then I didn't get a response back from that time. So the tool shed, we're going, and it's going to allow people to have additional yards, so that, as we know, we don't want them to use the front lawn as a parking lot, you can't park in the picture window. It's to keep our neighborhoods uniform. And so going green will even allow young people to use these lawnmowers out to make money, getting young people back into the mindset that you can cut grass. We have a senior population. So they'll help them to create a job by getting a lawnmower and tools free to use.
All right, thank you for that, Ms. Burns. What I will say is I am giving everybody the consideration that I did not get. I am going to fully support yours, even though I did not get that consideration. I just wanted to correct what you said earlier. Yeah. All right, thank you.
Anyone else?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Elmer.
Just real quick. Six Ward, Ms. Burns.
All right, Ms. Burns.
Excuse me, Ms. Burns, you mentioned that you guys have a tool shed. Is it open to the general public or just to the board?
No, it's open to, it was initially my board, and then during our board meetings, we open up to the entire city. So that if we have people who need to cut grass, take care of the lawn, you can come get it. You sign it out, you're on it's an honor system, you bring back something new. Here's the money, and when you bring it back, it's anyone. And we have invested inside of the clubhouse that there's underneath where it's dry. We don't want to store gasoline, so because that's a fire, so we have a fire hazard. So we're going green. And anyone in the Flint, we're not doing the township or anything else. So it's in Flint. And we have young kids. The lemonade young man, his name on the corner, he cuts grass, in case nobody knew that. He always cuts grass. And so it'll allow even youth people to make, take initiative to make some extra money. And for people who can't afford lawn,
All right, anyone else in the second one? All right, seeing that there is no one else, I'll go ahead and take my time. Definitely looking forward to passing, the board money every board. Because again, these are the priorities set for us by the board as well as, a lot of them are by the people. So hopefully my colleague, including Ms. Winfrey Carter, will take this into consideration as she, requests to get her board priorities passed as well. So we are going to vote on resolution to approve the 6 board priorities. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Mr. Maloney?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley? Yes. Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Michelle?
Yes.
Mr. Flannery? The vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. That resolution passes. So now we're on to resolution 240482. What's the of the body?
Yes.
It is the resolution.
Motion to yeah, motion to.
All right, so motion to approve resolution 2482. Supported by the councilman in the first ward. Any discussion?
That was me.
Somebody said that anything not passed tonight.
Yes. CCTV. Madam Chair, who knows about the CCTV? Oh, this must be for utilities. It doesn't. I thought it was, I thought it was closed circuit TV unless this is for sewage, to put the camera down, and we need another truck. Because the other truck is right, is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh, look.
Camera truck.
That's okay. So the CCP truck, because the other one is rather old, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did we purchase one last year?
No.
I thought Jiggy said we did.
We need one, yes. But no, we haven't purchased one. We've done a lot of repair work.
What's your request?
Seriously, what, Brandon?
I thought we did too.
No.
For different ones?
Been working on that. We purchased a couple of vacuums, but he has purchased the TV truck.
I don't think that we did. So that one was being fixed?
Yeah, it's been repaired multiple times, yes. Yeah, so it's old, it's time for an update. We'll keep that one.
So the truck is 390,000.
Yes.
And
Miss Gladys said she had to leave, she couldn't.
explain the
That's
truck.
right. So it has a camera on it, so what they do is they can run the camera down the sewer. It's not a main.
Oh, this was for the, okay.
That's the one that they can run the camera down, so they can televise and figure out where the issue's at. So that they can, whether it's in the water main or actually even in the house leads, you have your sanitary house lead that comes into the main. They got actually have a ladder launcher, they can run, once they can run up, it goes up into the house lead so they can identify where they need to be.
Has the truck been purchased yet?
No.
So it's not here yet? Okay. Okay. Did they tell you to say that? I'm just playing. But I'm not. Yeah. Okay. Because I wanted this request, I just wanted to make sure. So I understand what that is with the camera. Okay, all right, I'm good, thank you.
All right, anyone else in the first round? Anyone else in the second round? All right, we are looking to pass resolution 240482. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Yes, 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 yes.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Jackson?
Yes.
Pfeiffer? Mr. Gerald?
Yes.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no, that resolution passes.
What resolution they passed tonight?
240-405-2020. The amended resolution for the reallocation of our funds for tree removal. What's the pleasure, Block? All right, so there's a motion to approve, any support? Supported by the councilman in the first ward. Any discussion? Go ahead, Mr. Flash. Ms. Griffin, could you please approach the lectern?
Which resolution they passing now?
All of them.
Heather, I'm gonna start off and apologize that I haven't read the amended one. We literally got the resolution. What changed?
Part of the change.
I don't know what they asked on the question. They still don't want to be.
What are the changes from the original? We want to highlight this.
I know it has to do with the financial.
It says to increase the residence costs and max farm accounts. So is this the, are we switching from 500 to 1,000? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly, that was
It's been a minute, so.
yeah, it's been on fire.
Also, if I recall correctly, and I may misspeak, but didn't we say we were going to somehow put this out to bid and get a list of contractors for the residents to use?
That is correct, and we did do that.
So when we implement this program, we're going to list out 5, 4, 3 contractors and say, if you want to participate in this program, you need to reach out to them. The resident will reach out to them?
No. The process will still be the application process, as we had discussed, in trying to keep it where we have like a check and balance system that will go through the different divisions that we talked about, how we will be accepting applications, reviewing applications, looking at candidates that are eligible, things like that. We've been talking about that over the last several times that we've been up here to talk about it, I guess. What we're going to do with, in regards to the contractors, is that we did put the RFP out. We have 7 companies provide a proposal. They've been reviewed, and it's we'll be sitting there for a little bit, obviously, until we get everything completed paperwork-wise. But they'll be ready once this program is in place, assuming that everyone is okay with that through council. What will happen is that they will actually, the candidates that are eligible, we will give the companies that we hire.
What do you mean by eligible?
Well, there's going to be candidates that may not be eligible. They may apply for example, the one that is based on the whole regulations, and they may apply for that one, and they may have higher income and don't meet criteria. That means that they would be ineligible for that.
Well, we're not splitting this up and say 50% home and 50% not.
No, it's not.
So they would, would they just qualify only for, because there's no income restrictions in it, right? First come, first served.
There's not one on the match portion. If they discuss, there's going to be 2 options for them to choose from. They are either going to apply for matching, which is up to $1,000, we'll match up to $1,000. And then there's the other part where we're referring to the financial, and that's under the program eligibility. That would be up to $1,000 with no matching. So they'll have the option to choose which one they want to apply for, and will be available to discuss those options with them, and will be available to help them fill the application.
So I got 1 minute left. We do a 30-second. They're going to apply to the city. We're going to determine if the tree is eligible through the conservation district, and then they're going to be.
There's going to be more of that process, but I want to answer your question about the contractors. It seems to be when we first started talking that that was more important. So let me answer the question, if it's okay with you, about the contractor. That's what's going to be important. All contractors will be given at the applicants. We'll give them in batches,
and we'll get a quote back from every contractor that we have, and we'll decide off of that list which contractor goes to the applicants,
So
residents
if
that's
we
eligible.
get 20 applicants, we may give 10, or we're gonna give 10 to a contractor that is bid it back, 10 from another contractor that is bid it back.
It's a quoting process, because it won't be a bidding process, there'll already be a contractor.
Madam Chair,
It's actually a very simple process.
go ahead, hold on, go ahead and come on. Thank you so much. So I have a lot of residents that are excited about both aspects of, this tree removal program, from the ones that will qualify for home and from those that will get the 50-50 match. My first question is, what's the time in between us saying yes and, the program starting? Because I know the minute they find out that this passed, when they get calls tomorrow, so I just need to know a time.
We won't have an actual timeline set up, and I think we had proposed to everyone that we were gonna have an opportunity to share that information through, a video that we'll potentially have on our website, or if they come in person, so we can discuss any questions they might have. So that's the first process, and we're gonna give a timeline that you're looking at. I proposed a month, we may actually do less, it depends on how long this takes. Obviously, we want to get it done as fast as we can, and we're excited about it, so.
We just want the residents to be totally informed of the process. Make sure that might take a couple of weeks to be able to make sure that they're informed. And then we will launch the application for that time to apply for the opportunity. And then there'll be a deadline there where it's closed. And then internally, we will open applicants and find out, work through the eligibility criteria for both programs.
Right, and, with the information in the video and the video you're talking about, you're gonna give that to council as well. Because I will assist in any way that I can in making sure that residents are clear on the process and how it works.
We've done similar before with community grants and other, like recasting, we've done a webinar where we can ask questions, where residents can come on, and it's either live or pre-recorded. Situation like that, we just, again, it's going to take time. We want residents to be clear when they apply, that they totally understand if they're eligible and what they're applying for in the process involved.
And so that's my second question, because I know this is gonna get really busy for you if this does pass tonight. Once the process starts, you are going to get a lot of applicants. And so if a resident, is not qualified for the whole program, will they get told that, and then will they automatically be kicked to the other program since they're already part of the process, or will they have to stop and then just reapply for the 50-50? How would that work?
The best way to do this is to, again, offer the information so that they're totally informed whether or not they do qualify. If they don't qualify, we advise them to apply for the other program. What we don't want to see is people applying for the whole program think that they're eligible for the whole program, because we can't just kick that automatically off.
Got it, so both is.
We're educating initially.
So the first come, first served is separate for both. Got it. So it's not, it's like if I apply for the whole program, or, and I know, because sometimes people slip through the cracks. I know what you're saying, if you're gonna try to let them know up front, don't bother applying for this because you wouldn't qualify. But if I'm someone who slips through the cracks and I don't apply, I apply for the whole program and find out in the midst of applying that I do not qualify, I start all over in whatever queue they are on with the 50-50, right? It's not just you go over another.
It's pretty more precise than that. The reason is because, as we talked about, there's gonna be a lot of people who are interested in this, and we have our resources that are available, but we can't actually stop all of our work.
Right.
So we're gonna spend that time with them. They're gonna have that, and like I said, we proposed initially 4 weeks to have those conversations, to get information on the website, to put packets at the public health navigators area, information desks. Right.
And you know, for our other language speaking community, we want to make sure that
Yes.
they have Spanish, they
Thank you for that. Yes.
all the different community individuals that are in Flint have access to the information, so that we're well informed. That's why it's not going to be a overnight. We're ready to go if you guys say yes tonight.
No problem. So we're looking at maybe March, and then starting when the weather starts to break, because you're gonna get all of February to maybe educate.
Well, I know it can be done. It can be done regardless of
It's
weather.
amazing when you can do that. This is not a process that is redeveloped, for example. But you want to go back to the question you had or the statement you made about the applications. I want to make sure that we're clear. If they try for one, it's going to be closed. So they're not gonna have an opportunity to go back and try for a second. That's how we want to spend that time with them, make sure that they apply for the correct one.
Got it. No, I'm aware. I got it. It's really-
Thank you. And I know, Councilman Piper made a comment about it's not going to be 50, I think you might allude to that as well. That is correct. And because we're going by the first come, first basis,
Right.
it's going to be allocated by the eligible applicants that are coming in.
All right, no problem. So again, even with the education and community piece that has to happen, is it comfortable enough for me to say maybe by March or so it'll start, we can start the application process? Go ahead.
I would hope before that.
Okay.
That we can start the application.
All right. Anyone else in the first round?
Madam Chair,
What do we hear?
through you to the speakers. So am I sort of confusing some of these programs? But in one of the programs, there was an element where the conservation district had to come out and make sure that it was severe enough to warrant the match. Is that this program, or is that something different?
That's a different project.
Pardon me?
That's a different forestry project.
Okay.
This project will be based on the residents' ask.
Okay, so all they have to do is ask.
They need to apply for it, we need to go address it, and as it gets inspected, we would have that conversation with them and see what the needs are of that tree. There
Okay,
is also.
I guess that's what I'm getting to. So is it that a person applies, the second one that applies, and they're willing, don't worry about the whole, we'll come up with $1,000 ourselves. Their application is number 2, so they get approved. And that's it. Or does someone have to come and check the tree to make sure it's severe enough for what?
Well, there's 2 things you have to consider. One is that the resident may not know what needs to happen with the tree. Maybe they put on their light, it says it's removal, so I have to ask for removal. Well, it may be that they don't want to remove it, they just want someone to maintenance it to get it cleaned up because they're concerned about what's going to happen. So we would have those conversations to make sure that we're doing what they really want. Because sometimes they'll see the word removal and just say that's their only option.
Okay.
So yes, we're still gonna go out there because we're gonna have to tell those contractors when we ask for a quote, what exactly we want them to do.
So you're gonna go out there before the contractor or after the contractor?
With the contractor,
With the
potentially.
contractor. Okay, so from
There's
what I just
no
heard you say,
circumstances.
let me just tell you what I just heard you say. What I just heard you say broadens this program even more so because it's not just removal, it's tree maintenance.
It can be tree maintenance.
Exactly. So
Yes.
that's it again. Once I'm number 2, I'm willing to pay my $1,000. Or I'm not gonna say me because I'm not gonna apply, even though I got trees. I ain't getting into that. I'm not applying myself. But a person applies, they're number 2. They're approved otherwise because first come, first serve. It's not then the tree is not severe enough to warrant us giving you money. That's not gonna be the case. It might be that we would advise that it not come down, but maintenance is then the option.
That would be an option. However, if they want it to be removed, and this has been brought up actually, I think by both you and Mr. Piper, is that what if it's a really mature tree that is very costly, and that's say matching $1,000 to $1,000, $2,000 doesn't cover the cost.
Right.
Do you want to have time to put stuff in your backyard? Those are things that we would talk about as well. So we want to make sure that they are understanding what will happen with that tree. So if it's going to be below the cost of what it would take to take the tree down completely, just because they want the tree done, we want to have that option to have a conversation so that they understand what their options are.
I just want to make sure that I'm understanding that once we get to a resident's house that's been approved, nobody's telling them this ain't bad.
Correct.
Okay.
No, because these are private trees. We can't tell them what to do in their own yard. If they said they wanted to get a tree down for whatever the reason is, that's fine. That's what they decided to do.
Thank you.
But we want them to know their options.
Oh, well, one other thing. How can we be notified when whatever announcement goes out. Because I too, and I'm making the assumption that the councilwoman in the 7th Ward has already received calls. I have too. And I want to be able to say, especially with first come, first serve, hey, the announcement was today, this is how it's gonna roll out, this is when they're gonna do the informational, get it out.
20 seconds, maybe we can go to rewards with you and have an information night. We go to rewards with you, have an information night, you invite your residents of your ward, we inform them, we want you to be involved in the process, because you're the ones that have the day-to-day interactions with the residents.
All right, so we'll be part of understanding when the application process.
Yes, what should we do for it?
All right.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Priestley.
Come with me to my ward, Rio. Where do we go in the 4th Ward? There is no place to meet. Thank you.
All right, anyone else? All right, since there's no one else, I will take my time. So we meet every, Seamus and, we meet every Tuesday, every 3rd Tuesday of the month, and we will have a meeting. So will you all be able to do a presentation?
I'm more than happy to present for sure, wherever we can. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Of course, we can't do it in advance of you guys saying it, yes, tonight.
Okay.
But post this, we'll be able to be ready to all the information, ready to go, to make sure. We want the residents to be informed. We don't want any mistakes there. We don't want people applying for the wrong program. If they're eligible for the whole program, maybe they don't realize that and end up thinking they have to pay $1,000, but we want them to be fully informed. So there's no mistakes going forward that somebody, if you're number 2 in the line, you're applied for the wrong one.
I appreciate that. One thing I do appreciate is your willingness every time, since the first time, to come out and to engage with the community, and you all have done so in the past. And so this is just for the residents' knowledge. I've been having 2nd Ward community conversations for the last 3 years. And this is what we do. We give this kind of information out, this pertinent information individuals need. So my next meeting will be, for the 2nd Ward, will be this 3rd Tuesday, 9 o'clock. So I'm looking forward to seeing 2nd Ward residents and friends there. And please remember that you also will be fed. So come and eat with us and learn with us at the same time. All right, that's my shameless plug, and we will go ahead and go to the second round. Go ahead, Mr.
So, Heather, what you just said to my colleague behind me kind of made more confusing, meaning, you said that maybe they get a partial tree for them because they only have $1,000. How do you know that going in what their tree is gonna cost? And then when you send out 10 addresses to go in, you're not gonna know that it's a $5,000 tree until it comes back. So now, you're gonna go back out to the resident and say, it's $5,000, and then they say, no, I only have 1,000. Then you're gonna have to go back to the contractor and say, what can you do for $1,000?
It's not going to be quite that much of a maneuver. As we brought up in one of the other meetings that we attended, the hope and the goal is to show that some success is with this, and then we can potentially get some more money in the problem complete. Whatever the trees that are not able to be taken down to the level where, like you're suggesting, that maybe it's a $5,000 tree, there's only $1,000 to use. Well, what can we do? So that's some of the things that we're doing, and share with this group that we would be continuing to look for, continuing resources to help pay for those trees to be completed. But no, the quote process is going to come in, and we're going to see what those quotes are based on the vendors, what they provide, but it's also in their proposals. So we can also get an idea of what it's going to cost for that type of tree. So we already know walking in there before we receive the quote.
How do you gauge what type of tree is that? Are you asking for pictures and weights and everything else?
Okay, well, please understand that we're using the conservation district. They have 2 forester arborists. They also have a tree track. I think it's called
So I'm
certification.
confused there.
And they're part of this. They're still part of it. I said that right along with the child as a resource. It doesn't stop everything from using them. There's also,
They just passed it, man. We just sit
yeah.
here record.
You know, what he asked was, do we have to use them to come in and do they have to do specific things? No, they don't. That was they don't have to come in and tell us for sure, yes, the tree can be taken down, or no, the tree cannot be taken down. That was the question, yeah. My point was, we're not gonna have conservation districts say, no, we can't take that tree down. The conservation district is gonna be part of the vetting process, such as what I do as well, so we have those check and balance systems that have been required of the council for the last 9 years we've been here, to show, using our expertise, what the DBH of the tree is, what the species is, what the expectation is to take that tree down. We'll assess the tree to see what the conditions are. That also tells us how much more money we're going to put into its removal. So we already know what we're looking at in cost before we get a quote.
This is worse than the 3 weeks. Some of your Ms. Gladys said she's gonna take it.
If you need my time from what Councilman Pfeiffer was asking.
Yeah, so I understand these being maybe not articulating in a manner that is making it clear to him, and I do apologize for that. But the point is, this is going to be a very simple method. We are going to use all the resources we have available, which includes the conservation district, because we already utilize them in other sources, but they're also here for our residents in Genesee County and in the city of Flint. So why not use our resources? We want to make sure we get the best bang for our buck. We want to make sure that what's happening, that the community member who wants to have a change with this tree, if they for sure want it down, it's just going to come down. If they like, maybe I want to save that, but I still have the money to do the maintenance work on it, let's talk about that. We want them to know their options, because life's about choices. We don't want to give them that here, give them a choice, and that's all you have. If we're telling them, or we will offer that to them, do you want to know more information than what's available to you in the tree that you're having a problem with? So it doesn't mean if they want it down, it's coming down. But will it completely come down? Well, based on what type of tree, how big it is, what the cost is. It may look at some resources for them.
When they talk about the human the trees need more than the roofs.
And that's something we talked about in these 4 occasions that I've had here.
They understanding that. I mean,
So, is there, I'm sorry, Ms. Burns, is there something that you have that is, yeah, the tree process is very simple. We want to convert urban forestry, but we also want to give our residents an opportunity to do something on their property that they want to do for their reasons. That's what this is about. There are residents that are elderly that can barely get medicines, and they got a gigantic tree, and they're too older, elderly, I should say, sorry, too elderly to get out there and put maintenance on it. So please take the tree down, because I got another 30 years, and I can't worry about the tree falling on my house. This is the perfect opportunity for that resident. Let's talk about that.
Ms. Burns said, all right, anyone else to say? All right,
Madam
Chair. Go ahead, Ms. Boucher.
Thank you. I do understand a little bit of what my colleague in the eighth ward is saying. I also understand what you're saying. I think it's a kind of a miss in the middle thing here. And just correct me if I'm wrong and what I'm understanding is happening. No. Once you get a call, they get approved, they go through the process, you're gonna go out and take a look at the tree, and then it'll be put up for bid from there, right? And so what happens when you go look at the trees, you will be able to tell whether it's going to be over the $1,000 or $10,000 or whatever amount it's going to be before they even start to do any kind of work or bother that tree, right? That's part of your assessment. The cost is also going to be assessed there.
Right, because that's our background, right? Conservation district, myself, and others that do this type of work. We know what those things are. Right.
And so then once the cost is assessed, say they have been approved in whatever way, right? But the cost that gets assessed is more than what they can pay, right? Because you're only matching up to $1,000. From there, for that one program. And so from there, we will give other options. I did hear you clearly when you said that once people see that this is a viable program, we'll be looking to see of different sources of money coming in from other ways, right? But before we get to that step, we get to the house and we decide, okay, it's gonna cost this much, right? And they've got their up to $1,000 match, so they've got like 2,000, but the job will probably be like 5,000-6,000. From there, you're going to present other options for what can be done with the tree, whether it's a trimming or something to kind of carry them over until the tree can be fully removed.
Yes, that's the idea.
Okay, all right, and thank you. And then other than that, because I've had you come speak in the step board before, I'm going to invite you to all of our neighborhood association meetings because they will want to hear this. I'm really excited about this program. I'm happy that it's being coupled with the Hope Initiative. The work that we're doing here with the Hope Initiative and then adding the tree program to it is it's saving a lot of residents money as well as saving the property value and in some cases increasing property value because of those trees. So just thank you so much for this. I yield.
All right, anyone else in the second round? If there's no one else, we go ahead and call for the vote. Resolution 240-405.1. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Shaq?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer? Mr. Garrett?
Yes.
Sir, vote is yes, zero no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. That resolution passes.
That resolution.
Go ahead, Ms. Priestley.
Make a motion to approve 8405.
All right, there's a motion to approve resolution 240-512.
Yes,
Support by the Councilwoman 74.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
For you to Amanda.
That should be getting for all this.
Yeah, they gonna pass everything, ain't no problem. You ain't gotta worry.
How much more they got to do?
Now to the scheduled primary election on the third.
What is that
Good
worth?
evening. Can you remind us what year the state will be starting the process of passing?
They will begin in January of 2027, and process 2026 returns.
So this will give us through to that point. So that will get us through to that point.
Correct.
So this is the final contract for this organization.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Mr. Pfeiffer.
that's why I separated it. You kind of answered the question, but I thought it was this year, when they presented, it was supposed to be this year, what changed?
I think it's all on there because they have to develop the software and I think that there's, work they had to, I want to say create and modify and, it's all on there and the computer software and stuff. So it's all on there. Because it was originally going to start with 2025.
Yeah, this tax season, right?
Yes.
When did you find out that they weren't going to be able to meet the year?
I believe it was like in June or July when they notified us because we were, like my staff, we were trying to gear up for that to see what was happening and then they said it was at that time, so.
Yeah, no, I was excited because I hate doing paper nonsense that we do tutor. Is the state charging us money for that program?
Yeah, what the state will do is they're kind of like they will collect the funds and then they take their portion from there, so they're not going to be invoicing us. They'll take their percentage out of the collections.
You mean, what do you mean I'll take those percentages?
Whatever their fees are.
You don't know what their fees are?
I don't know off the top of my head right now.
Because if that's the board and that's 3/4 of the, you know?
I want to say it's possibly the same, but I'm not sure. I don't remember the figures because that was over a year ago.
Yeah.
But there's gonna, with whatever they're doing, they have a lot more resources and what they're gonna be able to do. What we have to do kind of on the back end is they'll be able to see if somebody, files their state return, then they're gonna automatically know what zip codes are ours, and they can automatically get them to do the Flint returns.
To be honest, I'm very disappointed to see this resolution. I thought that the state was taking over this year, and this is the first I'm hearing that it's been postponed here. Well, okay. There was this, if we knew in June, then obviously this is a budget now. This isn't, if we knew in June and July, that means that this is not a budgeted figure.
I can believe it, and it's in there. It is in there.
So we knew before June? Through the chair, finance.
Income tax processing was included in the in the budget, it just wasn't labeled as, it was indicated as savings. So there was a dollar amount. From what I remember.
Yeah, it is there.
Do we anticipate it getting delayed again?
I don't think so. Me and Phil were, having emails this week with, Anna and the people at the state, so, I don't, as long as we're getting them the information and they're keeping what they have to do, we keep supplying them the information and they're doing their processes to get it started.
And let's say that the dollar amount is the same, so that's a pretty good year.
All right. Anyone else in the first round? All right, anyone else in the second round? All right, so take this over. Thank you, Wanda. We want to call for the vote for resolution 240512. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Lincoln Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Machad?
Yes.
Mr. Firefish?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Allen? Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Vote is be yes, 0 no.
Well, they get, you don't know, that resolution passes. Next on down, it is time for the last resolution, which is 250005. Go ahead and bring it. All right, then we go to the room. Support by the Conference of Board. We're on resolution 250 on page 14. 250005.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I do want to state for the record that this has been a very productive meeting. I'm looking at the different resolutions in which we've all agreed. Several things were passed with all of our votes. I think there might have only been maybe one thing that we all did not agree on. I think it is unfortunate when it comes to the third ward candidate. You know, we're not able to find that same level of cohesiveness, which is why I am in agreement that it is time to go ahead and set this election. I do believe, well, I would have loved to have followed the charter, and that we appoint, and we still have an opportunity to appoint, not saying that we cannot appoint, but I do think what is fair and necessary for residents of the third ward so that they can choose their own representation is that we go ahead and set this today. So thank you, Madam Chair.
All right, thank you. Anyone else in the first one? Go ahead, I'll go with the list.
Yes, the earliest we can have any election based on state law is May for the primary, with the election occurring in August. I would have loved to have had more time for residents to get their signatures, but alas, that did not happen. So this is the earliest we could have set an election after Mr. Murphy stepped. So I just wanted the residents to know that.
Why didn't you?
There is no way we could have set an election prior to May. Thank you.
Go ahead, Ms. Longburn.
Thank you. You have to the city clerk. Could you reach out to the state elections to set a meeting earlier or an election earlier than May?
Good question.
Mr. Mitchell, you get out again. That will be your second one.
And you gonna put him on.
Go ahead, Madam Clerk.
Yes, I did contact the Bureau of Elections, but as Ms. Priestley mentioned, Michigan election law for regular elections, May, August, and November are the dates for those elections. And this, what's going on with City Council does not constitute a necessity for a special election otherwise. So May is the earliest that this election could be set.
So, for you to, Madam Chair, to Attorney Cups, what constitutes an early election? Because we've been in court and we were forced to go, we were summoned to go. What would constitute an early election? Because we did not agree. And what constitutes for it to be earlier in May?
I'm not sure of the exact requirements, but I do concur with what Clerk Donahue stated. For this type of election, for a city council seat, the earliest, again, in this situation, would be that May time.
Okay, and so here's my issue, because I really do not feel the answer is sufficient, because we're not going to agree, and the selection process is just not. Do you, Madam Chair, to the city clerk?
If I may, Ms. Burns, I just want to just point out also that the setting of this election is separate from the appointment. This is for the regular election for the residents to vote. And the elections that will be set by the governor or legislature in February beyond presidential primary for a local election would have to be something like a vacancy in Congress or for state senators or something like that. It is not for a local election. And if they were to set a special election, they would still try to set it on the regular election dates in Michigan, which are May, August, and November. No, February is only.
Doesn't do February.
No, that's the statewide.
Oh, statewide.
February, yes, February is only for like president's primary, special school board elections, things like that, but not for a local election of this nature.
So we're May, August, and November.
Every election in the state of Michigan, those are the regular election dates. May, August, and November.
Yeah, I mean, so we're gonna be going right in 1,000 rounds, or 5,000, because we're not going to agree. And I will state, and I won't change that. For me, when the state sent the paper back stating that the election, they did not state they would not certify it, but they said at that bottom paragraph, or section from the bottom, was to seek advice from our council. And our council stated that we should not, because we weren't recalling someone, but the election had already started, people had begun voting. The same people for this election were the same people in the election. And then we had a problem with precinct 10. And when we look at it, we gauge who got the most votes. It is undeniable, even though it was not certified by the state. It was Beverly Biggs first, and then second was A.C. Dumas. And so not acknowledging what the will of the people were, and it's who we like. I think we're going to be wasting more, not thinking we'll be wasting more time going round and round, because we're not going to, and I don't know how many rounds, I guess we're just going to have to, I don't know how that's going to work out. I'm not satisfied with this process. I'm not. I mean, I think we missed some windows of opportunity with certain things, and this whole thing has just been problematic to me because I think that race.
All right, anyone else like to speak? In the first round, go ahead.
So, yeah, as an election expert, I would say, Madam Clerk, you are correct. You have to be a statewide office, have a special date. But back on this, I just want to announce for the public, anyone interested in the third ward seat, they have to pay 100, but they have to get 75 signatures.
75 cities.
So you have to go to the clerk's office, get petitions, you have to have 75 signatures, and they need to be turned in by close of business on January 21st?
4 p.m.
4 p.m. on January 21st. That is, basically less than 2 weeks. Wow. It seems early. That's a normal turnaround time?
Yes, it's, so the election is set the first Tuesday after the first Monday, and you have to give 15 Tuesdays. So the petitions are due 15 Tuesdays before the election. So yes, the 21st of January is the deadline for the petitions.
So if you are interested in being a third ward council person, you literally have 0 time to the end. So 75 signatures by 4 p.m. on January 21st, which is
It's a Tuesday.
Tuesday. So,
if the resolution is approved tonight, the packets will be available in the clerk's office tomorrow.
They just back.
the $100 is not an option, you have to do 75.
Right, that's for recall election.
Ain't the same for recall election, so even so, they just wasted money the last time, but they get refunded. Oh my God, I can't answer
One more time, just to say,
that.
and because this is election to fill a vacancy
What
for
about the
council
money they
seat
did the last time? Do they get them credit?
that was voted on in 2021, it will be the old ward boundaries for the candidates as well as those signing petition signatures. So it will be confusing again, but this is to fill the vacancy for the seat that Mr. Murphy was elected to in 2021.
Madam Chair, you're going to put out a press release, and you're going to have ward boundary maps for the folks that want to pick up?
Correct.
With the voter registration cards.
All right, anyone else in the first round? Seeing as there's no one else in the first round.
When she update the voter cards, they ain't gonna ask the good questions.
So, the law is, the law, and the charter is the charter. And, you know, it's unfortunate that we do not have anyone in the third ward seat. I think our colleague passed away, way back in September. We're now in the new year in the third ward without representation. According to the charter, what's supposed to happen is we're supposed to appoint. And then the residents will elect as soon as possible. So, that did not happen. And right now, I hear colleagues, it sounds like that they don't want to do the appointment process, because they feel that Beverly Hills will be receiving those votes, but we must realize that individuals declined to campaign when they were told that this election was not going to count. So if we're following the rules and the laws set by our state, trickled down by our clerk, it said that election not going to count. So no one should have been campaigning for an election that wasn't going to count. And so therefore we cannot try to hold the seat for an individual that campaigned for an election that did not count. Well, I'm talking about, you were referring to Ms. Biggs. Go ahead, what rule has been broken?
I don't have to say what rule has been broken, Madam
For
Chair.
what rule is broken?
43.21.
Go.
not speak to the motives of the council people. You have not said that. You are quoting incorrectly.
Ms. Burns, you just spoke on, everything you think the vote.
Madam Chair, point of order.
What is the point?
You stated that we were holding a seat. You're speaking to our motives. You're speaking incorrectly. Or you telling a lie, which word you choose is yours.
Okay, Ms. Burns. So, as we proceed, and as we watch our tone speaking with the chair, the point of the matter is that we have not, you made a statement on your podcast stating that it is your job to, and it is your duty to change the makeup of council, which it did not work. And what colleagues will refuse to do, and also what the state refused to do via the court, they refused to uphold an election that does not occur.
Back to face.
What is your request?
Shouldn't the chair check her tone as well? I think that the chair should check her.
Of a privilege motion because of.
Check your tone.
And that's your point. Thank you.
Chair.
That's fine. That's fine.
This about to go all the way down here.
Privilege motion, there have been an appeal for the ruling of the chair.
About 4%.
And so it has been supported by Ms. Burns. And so, and this is over the fact that the chair brought Ms. Winfrey Carter to order for abuse of privilege motion. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, your tone was disrespectful. One, you outlined your character. You need to check that.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Can you call that? What is this?
I agree.
Okay, go ahead.
So can I get my turn back?
Yeah, give her 5
My
seconds.
phone will light up.
Excuse me, Mr. Wilson, that's your warning. I'm not a big ass moose, thank you. Oh, okay, thank you, Mr. Wilson, and thank you, so that's your warning. Go ahead.
Can I get my 5 seconds back, because I didn't
Give
get
her
it?
5 seconds back.
Shit, where your cord at, Mickey?
So you asked for something that you're not willing to give, which is
It ain't
respect.
working on your phone.
You were speaking and this
Oh, I can't go live.
and you should have done
This
that.
ain't working.
Rule 43.21. Your tone is extremely disrespectful, as you have called your colleagues scribbler consistently. Your behavior has been deplorable. You wanted to fight me.